Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. And I'm so sorry we're late. It was all on me. I was having some technical difficulties, but anyway, we're here. We're playing some cool jam music, like chill music. Thanks to AK. And okay, great.
I thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, but we have a small group tonight. But we're going to be talking about the latest episode of House of the Dragon. So the episode is episode 4. It's called Rhaenyra Triumphant, and which is sort of
episode
a fun
3.
title.
Episode 3.
Oh, sorry, episode 3. We're just so everyone knows, tomorrow we're doing episode 4. So we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm just going to pull up the chat here as people come in.
And welcome to everyone.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm really sorry. So I don't have my mic. I'm just working with the camera mic, so it's going to sound not very good. But anyway, so hopefully, but this is an amazing episode, so we have lots to talk about. But before we do, let's just go around to the 2 other lovely ladies I have with me tonight. And Christina's back. She was here last time. Christina the Sphinx. Christina, tell everybody a bit about yourself.
I am Christina the Sphinx. I used to make Game of Thrones content years and years ago. I've fallen off, but I'm back just to stream with Alicia and hang out with you guys. I'm so excited that House of the Dragon is back, and I love to talk about it, so I'm here for it.
Awesome. And what about you, AK?
Hello. I am here. I will confess, I did not get a full rewatch in like I should have. So my memories are a little bit choppy because it's usually the latest episode that stays in my brain for the coming week. But I'm here, and we're going to chat about it. And welcome to everyone that's in the chat with us. I saw our girl Khaleesi Clues is making dinner while she's listening. Yeah, Mink is in here. Jaguar, Jake. Thank you for coming through, Jake. We appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, I was gonna say regarding the doing episode 3. So what had happened was, again, this is on me. Last week I was away, so what we decided to do is just skip a week. So tonight we're doing a recap of episode 3, and then tomorrow night, Thursday. Alicia, you're okay for that, right? For Thursday night?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do episode 4. Becks is going to join us tomorrow night. Unfortunately, she had a bit of a conflict. I was trying to get Au Packmule. He's supposed to be joining tonight, but I'm not sure what happened. So it's just the 3 of us for now, but we'll probably have maybe Meeks will be able to join tomorrow. Not sure. And Christina, of course, you're welcome to come back.
Thank you.
All right.
I can snatch someone else for us.
Yeah. All right, so about this episode. So we're going to just go around maybe doing some first impressions. I know, sorry, it's not fresh in everyone's mind. Rhaenyra Triumphant after the episode 2 where she, finally got to sit on the throne and everything. Do you guys want to just give me your impressions of this episode and any, major thoughts about that? Either of you
So
can
this was supposed to be episode 1.
Right,
so
it
has that feel, it has that
Absolutely.
vibe of like opening on her and how what she's inherited now that she's come to the throne. Because if it had played out the way it was supposed to, her coming to the throne would have been episode 10 of season 2. So now she's on the throne, and now we get to see all the problems that she's dealing with, everything that she has to try to figure out, and it's just like she just inherited a pile of shit. Like, I don't know what Aegon was doing, but Jesus, it's a hot mess.
Yeah. Alicia, what are your thoughts?
Rhaenyra's in a predicament, sadly, and it's not a predicament of her own, really. She's kind of coming in having to dig through the bones of what Aegon left, because Aegon, even with a full council, was a shitty ruler, and that's what tends to happen in these situations. So she's kind of having to hit the ground running, and she's trying, but she is a bit lackluster right now. She's got a lot to deal with, far too much to deal with, I think, coming in out the gate. But she also isn't utilizing some of the resources she has accurately either. So, we're not going to shy away from criticisms. But again,
Yeah, great.
still here for Team Black. And JD, the dragon, my brother, appreciate you stopping in.
Hey,
And I
JD.
get it. Yes, absolutely. The real world does not stop for the streams. Hey,
Does not.
Casey, appreciate y'all stopping in. Angel Lover, what's going on?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say, it's, it reminds me of like when we have a change of government, like you go from one government to another and there's this weird awkward transition. And sometimes like you may not know, oh, this previous government ran a really, had a large deficit or something. So there's not a lot of money. In this case, the money has been moved to Four Corners or something. I understand Tywin Lannister has done that. And so we don't have the coffers that she requires to have her administration. And then on top of that, she doesn't have a small council. So she doesn't have people who are there to advise her. And one of the things that became kind of very clear to me when I was watching this episode is that I don't think she was trained properly. All of this discussion about her becoming queen, eventually she would be queen, but like her dad, and of course Otto and all those around her dad didn't really train her properly. Like she wasn't like a cupbearer. Oh no, maybe she was a cupbearer.
She was
a cupbearer, but she
was cupbearer. But in the book, she was also cupbearer, but that's a change. I don't understand why they made it like that. But she was actively being trained by Viserys since she was like 4 to rule, because he was that serious and staunch on his decision. Why they didn't have him do that here, doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
In the book, it was said that she was always at his side. Like anytime you saw Viserys, she was right there with him, like learning politics, being trained up on how to rule. But it wasn't that way in the show.
Yeah. And then on top of it, she's got her husband and her girlfriend, I guess her partner girlfriend, are like they're at odds with each other. So they're kind of having this little battle. So they're not all aligned. So there's that issue. And she doesn't have a master coin at this point. And she's and then, of course, what is going on with her hand, that is pretty bonkers. Maybe we want to wait to get to that point, though, talk about Corley's. Do you want to talk a little bit, what I was thinking we could talk about the opening scene, which is, we've got Daemon who has gone to meet with Ormond and basically tell him, okay, like kneel for the queen, and then you be on your way, go back to Old Town, and enjoy your life, kind of thing. But in the meantime, we need to take Darren. I'll get the right one. Darren Targaryen. Yes. So, do you want to talk a little bit about that scene?
It's one of my favorite scenes. Is Daemon standing there in front of those 3 dragons, just looking like so swagged out. He's just standing there, just like chilling in front of this army of 15,000. He's like, bro, we could burn all y'all. Like, you don't stand a chance.
He should have actually.
He really should have. Yeah. He really should have.
Yeah, I like that. And it was a cold open. Like, they didn't play the titles until like after that. Normally they start off with that, but it was cool. I loved how Ormond is not a punk, but he's not stupid. So he said, I'm gonna kneel for Rhaenyra, but he still did offer up a fake Daemon or Daron. I'm sorry.
Daron.
Yeah, I keep having a chance. This is George's fault. George, you're the worst for
all
this.
These
like,
names.
Come on. Yeah, can we not have I don't know. Can we not have a Matt or something?
Nope.
A John, a Paul.
Nope.
Jerry.
It always have to have an AE name. It always has to be an AE name. Yeah, Jerry.
Hey, tall baby.
Jerry Targaryen.
Hey, Haymaker.
Jerry
Targaryen.
Jerry Targaryen. There might be a Gerald. I think there
was a Gerald Lannister.
Gerald, yes. I think there's a Gerald though with a G. I could be wrong, but it gets confused. So we have Daron. Sorry, Darren.
Yes.
So go ahead.
You got the fake Daron. But that was it. I just really like that opening scene. I just love seeing Daemon just flexing all his dragon power in front of the army and just showing off. I'm down. I'm Team Black all the way. I love seeing them be strong and display their faith. Not their faith, their strength. So it was like an awesome scene for me. I loved it.
How about you, AK?
I would like to append add a an asterisk to that scene though. Damon, young man, you are a highly skilled and trained battlefield commander. How the fuck did you walk out of that meeting without the dragon?
Well, apparently
you thought to bring the boy, but why would you leave the dragon? Why would you not have him make the dragon come with y'all? And that would expose the whole thing right there.
The dragon, like, get on your dragon. We're going to King's Landing. Let's go.
Because what's he gonna do? Like, that is absolutely so cool, because people were saying no, but they took the dragon back to Tumbletown or whatever, right? And I'm like, but why? Why wouldn't you just go? Okay, Darren, get on your dragon, let's go. Because where's he gonna go? It's not like he can fly off, or maybe he could try to, but like, meanwhile, Damon has 3 dragons. So that would have
exposed the whole thing right there, because Viserion is not going to listen to that.
Here we go. We have a friend joining us.
KP, you better have headphones, bruv.
Or if you don't, that's okay too, because I don't have a microphone.
No, he's going.
There he is.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna take a shower.
All right, got you, bruv.
Awesome.
All right, so KP will be back with us shortly.
But that definitely should have been a big red flag that Viserion didn't come.
That part.
I don't understand why Damon wasn't on his dragon and looking back and like, why are you getting on my dragon? Like, get on your dragon. We're going away now.
This is not a mistake. Damon, the Damon that I know would not be making this mistake.
Well, it's kind of like what when Gwen was talking about, they have a plot point they have to get through. And so, like, I'm like, why wasn't there a chamber? Why wasn't there an exit door in Rhaenyra's chamber? And he said, well, they have to get through the plot. Or sorry, they did. They have to get through the plot. And I think in this case, they had to have a plot where they had the imposter go to the Red Keep, and
it's just a plot hole.
A plot hole,
never be explained. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, so. They definitely didn't think as hard as we do about it.
They don't know how hard we think right now, like how hard we're going to analyze this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like, because I was like, after Rhaenyra had already had an attempt on her life, I was like, why would she not have an escape hatch or something? Like, it just seems so strange to me. So in this case, it didn't make any sense why he wouldn't just be like, even if he didn't say hop on the dragon and ride it, he could have at least escorted it back I'm sure they could have escorted it back some way in the air. Yeah. Not sure how, but okay. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Thanks.
I don't mean to overspeak.
No, do it. Go ahead.
It just reminds me of back in Game of Thrones days when Daenerys wasn't riding her dragons and she was on ships. Her dragons were flying all around her, just following her, just going wherever she went. The dragons went with her. She didn't have to ride even one of them.
True.
She just had to say, come here.
Yeah,
that's all she had to say. Actually, she didn't even need to say that, because you remember when they were locked up in the dragon dungeons, they just felt her and Drogon about to go to war, and they busted out like, Mom, we coming too. You're not fitting to leave us in the house no more.
Exactly. Exactly.
So by the way, but about Ormond, what did you think? Like, we're obviously going to talk about him tomorrow.
Ormond,
he's like a queen, I think.
I'm gonna like a tween.
He is in the next episode. He's a bit of a queen in the next episode, I think.
He is, and I'm gonna try not to mention too many of next episode's issues. But having watched episode 4, a lot of the way he carries himself here in this episode makes sense now, because he has a very cultish fanatic vibe going on, and I think in this chat is where we're seeing like the beginning of those breadcrumbs that bleeding into his personality.
Yeah, cult personality, Brian? Absolutely. It was interesting. So go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Just for what Brian's here is saying, we're still questioning the origins of that dragon handler. It's weird that they would be in Templeton. Any one of them. There was no reason for them to ever be at Templeton. So I don't know. But yes, go ahead, Heidi. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, no, absolutely agree with the cult of personality. And, obviously we'll get more of that in the next episode. So in this one, I mean, you guys already know what's going to happen. But when you watched that scene, did you for a moment think, oh yeah, he's bending the knee legitimately. He's handing over legitimately the
sus.
Yeah, it was very suspicious, right? Now, because my husband was like, well, why would he do that? I go, well, why not? Like he's doing a fake out, right? So he's bending the knee. What does it hurt him to bend the knee?
Yeah.
All it does is save 15,000 lives.
Exactly.
He gets to take his men home or move on to the next part of his side quest, which is what we'll see when we talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Michigan, and hello Michigan, is saying, I liked how fake Daron had more Targaryen features in the face. Kind of, he did, but it's usually the hair that's the dead giveaway. But that hair wasn't natural. That's what we came to find out.
Yeah,
now we did talk about this in the sorry, Feng-san, I don't think you were here for this, but we were talking, I think, a few episodes back about the coloring of Daron's hair, and I think in the books it is the Targaryen blonde or white, but in this series it seems like they've gone with Alicent's coloring. So she's got 4 children. The first 3 have the Targaryen hair, and then her son, her 4th son, who she does have her auburn coloring kind of thing. So I don't think they've dyed his hair. I think, even though it kind of looks like a wig, I think that is supposed to be his natural coloring. What do y'all think about that?
I agree. I believe that's
you think for that, like the real Daron?
The real Daron.
The real Daron,
yeah,
yes.
The real Daron, yes. I think that is absolutely his natural hair color. And it's not like a Catelyn or Sansa red, but it's like that deep auburn. Yeah. And I think specifically because when he popped out and she saw that dark hair, she was like, nah, I got to get this kid the fuck out of here. That's why he grew up in Old Town, because he didn't look like the other ones.
I agree.
And I subscribe to the theory that Crispy is the baby daddy when it comes to him, which makes even more sense because you saw how she acted. As soon as Rhaenyra's kids popped out, she ordered them to have the child brought forth to check the hair color. So she's not going to let herself fall into her own trap. That's why he grew up in Old Town.
I think we did touch on that last season, because we hadn't seen Daron. We knew he was in Old Town, but we hadn't actually seen him, which, by the way, I was thinking about this before we started our live stream while my computer was trying to restart. One of the things, like in, like, say, Elizabethan times, they used to always have like little portraits and stuff they would do. And it's like, is this not something in universe in Game of Thrones where they do little portraits of people and then send them, and the mother would have a locket or something? We don't seem to have that type of thing, right? Because Rhaenyra had no idea what her half brother even looked like, which is weird.
Yeah. I doubt even his siblings know what he looks like, honestly.
So you think she got him out of the castle so you think she got him out of the castle as quickly as possible?
Yeah. I mean, of course, people saw the baby. Like your midwives, your husband, like everybody saw the baby before she sent the baby off. But I think that she sent him off because he was different, and she wanted him to be raised different. At least have one outside of which I'm bleeding into episode 4 a little bit, but at least have one outside of the Targaryen household that could have a different experience at Old Town.
And boy, is that going to backfire.
Yes. And also,
we'll save that for tomorrow, though.
The casting on this is really good too, because
doesn't he look like her?
He does. And like whereas Aemond doesn't look anything like her. It's almost like he looks a bit like an alien compared to her. So like the Targaryens, the aliens, as they've been.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if they actually went and got like Olivia Cook's little brother or one of her cousins to come and play that kid, because it's wild how much alike they actually look.
Yeah, and even I saw him without his wig. Even without his wig, he still looks quite a bit like her because she's actually not auburn either. She's actually, I think, a brunette. I think she's kind of a brunette. Maybe she's a bit auburn in
This
real
is a
life.
good point. That how
Uh-huh.
can Daeron ride a dragon if
It's
he's not a Targaryen?
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Cole doesn't have no dragon riding blood.
Nope.
he doesn't, but yeah, that's true. But it's still down to the bloodlines. If you go back far enough, the High Towers have this isn't the first time like they've intermixed with House Targaryen. So the latent gene is still there.
Brian, you might be right. They might not have mentioned it. I think I just trying to recall last year when we were reviewing, or maybe it was 2 years ago. It's been 2 years since we reviewed season 2, and we were discussing Darren because he's in the book. So I think we just suspected that's probably he was being, because George often talk. A lot of times children get or what do they call it? They get sent away.
Wards.
Wards, exactly. So that's, I think, what we thought might have been going on. It's the same with Helena. That's going to be later about whether she would have the third child. So that's, that'll be answered at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
Incestuous aliens. Yes. Thank you.
That is hilarious.
The aliens.
But yeah, it's down to, this isn't the first time House Hightower and House Targaryen have blended families. So I'm saying that depending on which marriage it was, he did still end up with the genes to possibly be able to do that. So I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. It may be a reach because we're all side-eyeing Allison, but if you look at the marriages and the bloodlines, then yeah, it is actually still possible.
Yeah, fostered. I think that's the proper word, you guys. Thank you.
Yes, fostered. Yes. That's what they call it.
Okay, by the way, so there's a meme going around about this. Did you guys see the meme about Ormond dyeing fake Darren's hair? Yeah, so they were like, saying that he's a colorist, and then I guess James Norton, who plays him, was like got wind of it, and he thought it was hilarious. So he was talking about, look, he goes, he was so happy because Rhaenyra inspected the roots and everything, like she was looking at the roots, and he was like, yeah, I did such a good job. I didn't miss any hair, so it was really fun. The fandom kind of had a fun time with that.
Also, and the memes always do come through when it comes to these damn dragon Westeros streets, because there are so many shorts filmed that I saw where they show fake Farron, I will call him now, being discovered.
I love it.
And the caption that they always put next to Rhaenyra is like, wait, you mean I could have just what did he call it? Like blanched his hair?
Blanched his hair.
Yeah, and they all have Rhaenyra looking like, fuck, why didn't I think of that?
I kind of feel bad for the imposter though, because I mean, I don't know, like the family would have like sold him off or what have you. And then, any possible, like Rhaenyra could have easily have just killed him, because that's what Daemon wanted to happen. To happen to him, but then she was
that's what Daemon wanted to happen. Yeah,
they could have easily have killed him.
I mean, yeah, and they could have killed him now to keep that secret, but also that at least at this point right now, Rhaenyra isn't bloodthirsty yet. Yeah. So I don't think she'll let him go just for like the general aesthetic, so nobody really finds out. But she's still not going to kill him. I am questioning though whether she's going to tell Daemon that he's a fake or not, because correct me if I'm wrong, but that never comes up between them, right? In this episode or in the next one, I don't think he knows.
I kind of personally feel like they're just going to leave it. They're not going to come back.
I don't think it's going to come up again. It's a old plot point that is not important anymore.
And Brian said, I feel like Harry Lloyd.
Good evening. Good evening.
Kind of default idea. Kind of. And what's going on, Karen?
Are you guys hearing me all right?
Yes, you are clear,
right,
sir.
Cool. I have
good
a whole
to see your face, brethren.
Good
Long
to see
time.
You too. I mean, even though I don't see you, but I see your what do you call this? Your avatar. But yeah, it's been quite some time. We've had some fun in the Caribbean recently, but I've been traveling around for a little bit through Cayman and Barbados and whatever. But today was my first day back to work at the quarry. When I say that, people think that I'm like I'm saying I'm going back to work at the quarry. They be like, Fred Flintstone would say it, but I
So I was
actually,
thinking,
Yeah,
but
like
I
stories with
actually
like
do.
rocks and stones.
I actually do. Um, our our my our business is part of our business is we have two quarries down here. And
That's
we're looking at
awesome.
buying one around your ends in Guyana. Linden side, the government was trying to get us
All
to
right.
take that 5,000 acres. It's like, all right, well, we'll see how that goes. But back to House of Dragon stuff. I don't know where we've reached. So, pardon me, I had to take a little shower quick.
Yes.
I literally just got home. So let's continue as
And
you
that's
are, and
all
I'll
right.
jump
Well,
in.
we'll start first with introductions.
Mhm.
Sphinx, Heidi. This is the homie KP. KP is
Hi,
one of my
KP.
West Indian brethren, fresh out of Trini.
All right,
Always
Hello,
cutting
it's
Yeah.
up
nice to
with
meet
us in the
you.
chats, and
it's
now
me
he's
as
been on a
well.
couple streams with us in the past. And since we had an empty spot, a few empty spots tonight, I figured let me see what the homie's doing. He can come
So
hang with us. Indeed. And hello, Fade and Design. Greetings.
KP, should I call you that or Karen?
KP, Karen, whichever one is easier for you.
Okay.
I have no
Well,
problem with either.
well, before we get back to the show, why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and so they can get to know you, and I can get to know
Well,
you as well.
there's no real mystery with me. I'm from Trinidad. I'm in Trinidad right now. This is us here. Um, I am a Game of Thrones fanatic. I am like and I also love. I used to love the idea, not just the idea, but I used to love book club coming up because all through even after university, I went to university in London. Even after university, we had a book club that ended up being remote at a particular point in time. But like when this kind of thing started happening around different TV shows, it's something that reminded me so much of book club that I watch shows just to discuss it with my friends on the internet. Even if I don't like it. Sometimes it's even better if I don't even like the show. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, for
I
sure.
get to just shit talk it our
Yeah.
Every
butts.
now and then you gotta hate watch
Hate
something. I
watch.
get it.
Yeah,
For
exactly,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So like
Well,
I love I just love the discussion about
mhm.
these shared pieces of media, because we don't necessarily have it like that anymore. Where like I remember when Game of Thrones first came out, well first came out, but like its third season or fourth season. But when it first came out, I was still in university. Where like after the next day, Monday morning, we would literally line up around the cooler, 4, 5, 6 of us, and just talk nonsense for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes about what happened that night. That doesn't happen anymore because people are watching their shows. Like people are watching their shows the night it comes out. People are watching it, the day after, when during they're off, when they have time, they might binge the rest. So like that has moved to the internet and to spaces
That
like
is it.
these,
This is the
and
water
I
cooler.
love it.
This is our water cooler.
Exactly.
This is the
Yeah,
water
yeah. So,
cooler.
so I like watching new shows, old shows, whatever it may be, and just giving my opinion and having a nice discussion. I mean, just about me personally. I have a wife, I have 3 kids, and I'm in the quarry business and real estate business, and I used to be a banker back in the day, not anymore. I bought my soul back. So I bought my soul back. So I'm kind of out of that now. But yeah, I mean, and I live in the beautiful island of Trinidad, and the ocean is literally right there, and the
Amazing.
mountains are literally right there. So that's me. And my name is Karam. KP is like my internet name, I guess. Tony gave me that name, and I'm like, listen, I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. So yeah, that's about me. I'm boring.
Well, actually, KP, so all we have talked about is just the opening scene. We're doing episode 3, just so you know, like
Right.
Rhaenyra,
So
Triumphant.
not the one that we just saw last night.
Yes,
Or
we're gonna do that
okay.
tomorrow. And you're welcome to come to that tomorrow.
Cool.
We're doing it Thursday night. So did you want to tell me? It was like Sir Rhaenyra's very bad day. What's that book called? It's her very, very, very bad day. So do you want to just tell us your impressions of episode 3? If you can recall, it's a couple weeks ago.
Oh no. I recall every single second of everything, every single second, every single word of every single Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones adjacent meat that has ever come out. I remember everything about it because I'm totally obsessed. So okay, see that episode 3, I think. Well, first of all, let me just state my initial gripe with House of the Dragons. Again, and I also want to preface by saying, having a gripe does not equal not liking the show. I love the show. I want more of the show. I will always want more Game of Thrones.
Okay, wait, hold on, KP.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to give the full dissertation list. You get 2 gripes.
Yeah.
2 gripes.
So well, my main gripe is clearly so, and this is because I read the book before I saw the show, and so like I didn't read the book before I saw Game of Thrones, the original series. So like I didn't miss Young Griff. I didn't miss Young Griff for one bit. I don't see the need for Young Griff at all. However, having read the book before, I have that kind of disease that people who read the books from Game of Thrones and comparing the books to the TV show kind of have. And this is my grade, that yes, the actions or the events that happen are the events from the book, but the motivations are weird. Like, for example, Jace getting on a draft, Jace being able to lock the queen in her bedroom like a insolent child, and the King's Guard or Queen's Guard agreeing to like do that, and then going on his dragon with his fiance slash cousin, whatever, and then proceeding to get hit with the thing once, and then get that clipped off and being okay. You've already burned 7 ships. Go home. And then him staying there, and then having the whole thing with the other dragons, sheep stealer is a foolish way to write that story, because in the book we had Rhaenyra is ranked with grief and depression because her son is dead, and for months Jace is the intelligent strong leader, and he hears his grandpa is having some trouble, and it has this him and his gang of 7 dragons, or whatever it was, went over there, burned some ships down, because ain't no other decision to be made. We can't let Granddad die, because Granddad is the money and Granddad is the Navy. Granddad dies, we're probably not going to have an easy time with it. And in doing that, he ends up getting killed. That is way different from him doing something that was objectively treasonous. Definitely, he definitely put that King's Guard. He killed that King's from the second he suggested that, and the King's Guard did not like go and directly tell Rhaenyra. He killed that King's Guard, and he knows that the person I know as Jacaerys would argue with his mother when his mother said, "If we're going left," his position is, "We are going left." If we are going left, we're all going to die because mommy is stupid, but we are going left. It's not even a question. So that's my main gripe with the show. So put that aside, I think this episode, that season 3, that episode 3 shows how unequipped Rhaenyra really was for the office of sovereign. And that was my main takeaway of it, and I think it's the only episode where we really have a singular point of view for the entire thing, pretty much, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's pretty much all of it, if like 80% of it, 50 out of 60 minutes or so is dedicated to Rhaenyra and us watching Rhaenyra deal with various crises and managing them, some well, some not so well, taking advice from certain people, not taking advice from certain people, and in many instances, making things harder on herself by, for example, not simply just saying to callers, "Oh yeah, that's your son. Yeah, definitely I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Like, that's done." I have no idea. Like, I understand what the show is trying to say, why she didn't instantly say, "Yeah, like he'll be a Valerian." I understand why I understand the thought process that the writers and whatnot are going through, where they made that a thing. But and to a point, it is playing into the idea that she really doesn't understand. She really does not know what she's doing here, and she's trying to be tough where she doesn't have to be, and she's being lenient when she should be tough. And we're able to see how future things that may happen come out as a result of that unreadiness. Because, like, the other little small gripe that has to do with this is that you went to King's Landing. You went to King's Landing. You went to the Red Keep. You saw your father 17 seconds away from being dead. You also saw your mother-in-law and her friends and family putting up all their banners in your house. You are with the prince, who is the brother of the king, and he also sees it, and he's a bellicose motherfucker. The idea that you would leave there and go all the way back to Dragonstone and leave these people who you've established that you don't trust in charge over there, rather than saying, yo, my dad is dying, I need to stay here, help him out, and help him to run the kingdom. And as a byproduct, people will get to see me running the kingdom, and I will gain legitimacy. I think that was the way they took them back.
That was
there
the
was
start of the missteps. Agreed. And we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that when it happened too, because even in the book, it didn't make sense. Why remove yourself from the main place that all these things are going to happen? The people needed to see you.
Correct. No, in the book, there's also a feeling on Rhaenyra's side that there's nothing to defend against. So it was never put in her face that, yo, these people are literally going to try to take you through. She never had reason to believe that, right? Like, all of that stuff happened behind her back. There was never a confrontation that happened that made her believe that they would actually try to take us through it. I can be wrong.
It was her dad that sent her there. That's the biggest difference. It was Viserys that ordered her to Dragonstone. To stop the fighting with the kids.
That too.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think in the book, I don't think it's made clear that a usurpation is very possible. I think in the book, she kind of takes it for granted that, we have like differences of opinions. And yeah, I don't like some of them motherfuckers. But like, they're not going to go that far to try to usurp my throne. Which is why she gets so upset when they do. You know what I mean? In the TV show, it's very obvious that she has to see with her little eyes that it is very obvious that they will try to usurp her. Am I right? Am I wrong? What does anybody feel or think about that?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, that was the start of the missteps. Now, I will say, though, because of the things that the writers are obviously changing, it calls into question, like, we don't really know exactly what we're going to see next.
Exactly.
Because it's the butterfly effect. You change one thing and that brings up
you have to change
a dozen other things being changed. So that all brings us to this situation here where she's scrambling. And mind you, again, I am still Team Black, and she is, the king's word is law. She was supposed to be on that throne. So I'm still going to support, but I've never supported blindly. And if y'all watch how I talk about House Stark in the years previously, you know that I will call out bullshit when it needs to be called out.
Not going to Cersei, I'll give that heads up. Yo, by the way, I'm gonna kill all y'all, so you better get on the tongue. Knowing that she had a huge army and would probably kill him first was dumb. Sorry, pardon.
Indeed.
I was going to say regarding the trajectory the show is going, like Sarah has, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like, there was an element of this where they have Rhaenyra on her period, which I don't know how you guys reacted to that. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God! It
you know,
it
was
low key. It was
unnecessary.
But here's the thing though about getting your period, and like ladies, y'all can chime in too, and my ladies in the chat. It literally creeps up on you and happens at the worst fucking times. And was not the one of the worst damn times for it to happen.
But it was
And you know,
just
also if you remember,
a throwaway line, and it didn't matter. Like, why even
Yeah.
add it?
I didn't like it.
It didn't matter. But if you
I
take
think-
into account what people say about the throne, you know, anyone who, you know, bleeds on the throne usually means that it's rejecting them. And no, she didn't actively get cut by any of those swords, but she is still bleeding on the throne.
I think along the same lines. I think pardon me. I think that what they're trying to say is people say she was cut by the throne, but no, it was just a period. I think that's what they're trying to say. Pardon me, somebody says I cut somebody off. My apologies.
Well, no, I was just going to say that with Sarah, there's this, like, I think I mentioned this just regarding like Rhaenyra being locked in her chamber. Not like we said, she probably would have called her dragon, or like I said, she would have had an escape hatch. But the fact that they took the agency away from her, it kind of felt like
that's what it was.
Yeah, Sarah's really doing this patriarchy. She's trying to do the patriarchy, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a feminist, so I understand that. But at the same time, it's so heavy-handed in some cases. It's like Jace was her son.
Unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily, yeah. Like Jace is her son. He respects his mother. But then suddenly there's this one decision she makes, and he's decided, no, Mom, I'm sorry, you're cray-cray. I have to take this agency away from you. And I'm going to, like you said,
any of you guys have sons?
Yes, I do. I have two sons.
Could your son do that to you?
Sphinx has a son.
You're not a queen of anything. Could your son try to lock you in your room?
I wish he would.
Right, and look,
I'm the queen, and you get my queen's guard to lock me in my room. Everybody,
here's another.
You're
everybody's
dead.
My
son. Everybody's dead.
Hold on. Here's the parallel to look at this, and why everyone that's listening, why we keep harping on this. This is not a thing that Jace would do, and we know that because look back to how he was in what was it? Was season 1 or season 2? One of them where Damon was about to go take the army and pop off, and Jace was like, "My mama said, keep your ass in the house."
Exactly.
That is the Jace that we know. Jace would never have actually done this, but you know that's one of the things that they're writing. Like they're actively writing for Rhaenyra to like literally be bad and incompetent, and that's what I don't like.
But didn't Jace have like crazy eyes when he was talking to Baela? Like, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. He did.
He looked as though he knew that he was going in to fight the triarchy, when he did not know that until like the last second. He only knew that his mother was going to go and take his dragons over to King's Landing and take it, and he decided, well, I'm going to do that instead. Am I right or wrong? So the fact that when he's eventually confronted with the news that the triarchy is out there and actually doing some sort of battle, everything that you thought about before has to now change. That you cannot believe that you and your little dragon, you and your girlfriend's little dragon, could actually do something there. And then when you get there and you do something, you've killed 7 ships, you get hit, you get away, and you stay. Like it was just so.
Once you see their scorpions, once you notice scorpions on the ships, it's time to depart.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well,
dragons
it's the
can't
triarchy.
compete
You got
with scorpions. This is proven.
If you're a good enough flyer, you can. But however,
like
Jace doesn't have that experience. No,
this is the first time he's ever
may have gotten out because Melee's is used to battle though,
and
Jace
she's bigger.
Is
exactly.
Not.
Yeah,
and he got that one get out of jail free card because Baela, our girl, our fave baby cousin, Baela came in and saved your ass. And Baela didn't even want to be out there. Let's not forget that Baela did not want to be out there, but she knew Jace was about to do some stupid shit, so she was like, "All right, damn it, fine."
It's really weird.
She's a perfect wife, spouse, whatever.
Yeah, it's really weird though. The way, and this seemed really out of character for Jace as well, that he wanted the glory. He was like, imagine, like, we can do this. The glory will. Like, what are you talking about?
That has never been his personality. He's never been like. I would buy Damon saying something like that, but Jace has never been a attention hungry, trying to prove himself to like Jace know who he is. Jace know who he really is, and he know who he's supposed to be. Like he knows he's a bastard of the XYZ, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I am going to be the next king after my mother dies, and like that doesn't take away nothing from it. And he doesn't let nobody, he lets nobody have any kind of nothing to say about him, and he has enough allies. Like this is why I would like to have seen a little bit more of the Stark boy. Well, we might see him again.
Friggin'. We're going to see him. No, there's no mic. We are going to see him again.
Hopefully we do. Yeah, definitely before the end of the series we'll see him. But
there's no hopefully and without giving like the full book spoiler. No, there's a whole big plot point around him. He gonna be there.
KP, you got like a whole fog machine going on there.
Because I could see them giving Roddy the Ruin.
He's adding atmosphere.
He's got the spray. He's got the fog.
He's spritzing.
I love it. Like it's like
he's doing his own practical effects for the stream.
I know. I'm sorry. I just was like, I saw, and you were spraying yourself. I know.
It's funny you got the spray and you got the steam coming
this is
from over
my little
here.
rose water.
Okay, look.
Rose water.
As always, y'all know I got the rum on deck. I will take a shot every time KP spurts.
No problem. You know what I mean?
Every time.
I'm trying to keep myself cool, keep myself smelling nice.
Moisturized.
I'm
the
in your
islands
presence, so I want to smell good.
Islands behind. Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
It'd be hot on the island.
Oh, Kalisa Clues is saying, did anyone see abrasions or small cuts on Rhaenyra's hand? I didn't catch it in the first time around, but I mentioned it when I was editing my review.
I didn't see any marks.
So maybe she did.
I didn't see any marks at all.
Go ahead, hit somewhere. I don't know. Why do we think I didn't see them, but why do we think she had scars?
From the throne? From the throne?
Nah. Even if she did, it's because it's like Robert Rotten says, is a sheer me of fucking swords. And she probably just gripped them too hard. Like it's not that big of a deal, bro.
He is live from Dragonstone.
It's KP.
I have my little
wait, hold on. Wait, KP, make the smoke go off again. One more time. Boom. Look, there it goes.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
There it goes.
Wait, is KP a dragon lord?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. No, y'all didn't know that was another one of Uncle C's little island bastards that on his trips around the islands. He went to the Summer Isles and met KP's mom, and now here he is.
Not the Summer Isles.
Y'all didn't know.
Ever since, you know what I mean?
So we got a dragon. It's official. We have a dragon on the Summer Isles. It's KP's dragon.
Listen.
So Amy says that she hurt her hands from hitting the locked door. That makes sense.
That's right.
Like crazy,
that's right.
Yeah.
Or from cutting up the writing letters, which
and then cut up her writing leathers.
Yeah,
what was the point of that?
Like
they weren't writing leathers. It was a dress.
She's acting like a child, like and the Rhaenyra I know from that book is a pure gangster.
They made them both look like little petulant children, and I do not like that because this is
how
not
are you guys
their
how are you guys better at running the country? Really and true, like because I am Team Black.
Well, I mean, nearly almost everybody is better than Aegon, though.
Well, yeah, but like Aemon wouldn't do such a bad job. I don't think the person that they're depicting as Rhaenyra, I think Aemon will do a better job of ruling the realms than she will. The person
as they're portraying
real
her.
Rhaenyra, no. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's like, what's the point of even supporting you then? Like, because even if you are the rightful person, you've done so many things that make me think that you are not fit for the position. Yeah, I mean, but anyways.
Well, that makes me think. Why don't we talk about a few of the things that happened at the castle and during her reign? Okay, so the first time I was saying, do you want to talk about the feast where she gives to the rat feast? And what do y'all?
Why don't you give your thoughts first, and we'll go in a circle. So you go with that, then Sphinx, then I'll go, and then KP will drop the last beat.
Well, I mean, when I was watching, obviously, Damon kind of thought it was a little bit humorous, but it was probably not the best thing to be doing, right? Because these are people that, even if they're like the 1%ers, and she might need them. And so to maybe alienate them might not have been the best thing, especially when she's like, I just saw a series of things throughout this episode where it's just like, oh my God, Rhaenyra, why did you do that? So that just felt like one of those misses. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of funny. And
Of
I watched
course.
I saw behind the scenes about them doing the rats and everything, the dishes, like serving it. So I did enjoy it
Apparently,
as
it was edible.
apparently it was, yes. Part of it was, yes. So that's my thought. So who wants to go next?
Sphinxy.
So she said, "What would my dad do? He would have a banquet." Which he totally
He
would.
would.
He loved to have a
Mhm.
He
party. He
would.
loved to
Yeah.
have a celebration. He would not serve the highborn rats. It was, I don't know, it just puts a bad taste in people's mouths. She could have sat them down and told them, look, we need some of y'all's stores. I'm taking it. I'm going to give it to the small folk because you guys been hoarding shit and that's not cool. Serving up rats at dinner was like crazy. Like, why?
Disrespectful.
Why did it have to go that far? You could have just had a whole little meeting in your throne chamber and told them what you're going to do. I didn't understand the significance of like serving up vermin to the highborn.
I guess she thought she was going to kill two birds with one stone. She would get rid of a bunch of vermin, although it would be a drop in the hat. It would be nothing like.
She don't know nothing about rats then.
Well,
she knows
who
nothing
caught these
about
rats?
Sphinx. Well, Sphinx. Finish your thought, and then I'll rebuttal.
My thought is mostly done. Also, just a last little tidbit: who caught all these rats? Because all the rat catchers are dead. If you got enough people to catch rats for the rat banquet, you have enough that can clear the rats out of your castle and your stronghold, so you're not stepping over rats everywhere you go.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. So to start off then, first, she didn't have people technically do it. She was given the idea of cats, and she brought in cats, and we've seen that there's absolutely enough fucking rats in there for cats to go have a field day. And
I don't think they talk about the cats until this episode. I don't think they.
Yeah, the
that's
cats was
episode 4.
I think that's episode 4.
Yeah. So there were no cats at this point. It was just a mayhem.
It was the episode when
episode
so the rat dinner was episode 4 then?
No,
it was
episode
3.
But it was
but he talked about
don't
the
worry, I get
cats
confused
in
sometimes
episode
too.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought she was given the idea to do it before that. However, even still, now, was it the best move for her to make? Gray area on that for me. And I think I said that while I was watching. It may not have been the best. However, what it did do was give them a very stark reminder on what the power dynamic is supposed to be.
You just did a pun there, a stark reminder.
But pun intended.
Yeah. It's like Sphinx said, she said bad taste. You loved a bad taste.
Right. So, right. Yeah, it definitely would. I mean, unless you're in like the Demolition Man universe and you eating rat burgers and you ain't had a burger in a while. That's look, depending on if you don't know where the meat comes from, depending on how they cooked it, look, I'm not saying I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying I understand the reasoning behind it, and I understand why she would need to wake these motherfuckers up, because while everyone is complaining about, yes, we have to hoard our food, we have to make sure that our households survive and whatnot. Your households survive because there are still small folk that are working your lands. There are still small folk in your strongholds, in your fastings and whatnots, that are doing the work. If your workforce is starving and they die, what do you think is going to happen to you next? And those lords forgot that, I think. Or, well, no, they probably didn't forget. They probably just didn't care. They didn't care to look at it like that. And I get that. That's fine. But that doesn't absolve you from getting the consequences of your actions. And that is what Rhaenyra was doing. That's what she was bringing them into full, proper focus to say, hey, you motherfuckers easily could have actually handled this shit and weathered the storm collectively as a whole by making sure folks were actually fed. You had enough resources to do that. The small folk were starving, not just because they're poor and they can't afford anything. It's because the nobles bought up all of the supplies and hoarded it. So there wasn't anything left really there for the small folk to survive on. That is the issue. And Rhaenyra understands that. outside of whatever machinations Massaria may be trying to pull, outside of that, Rhaenyra saw that, and no, she knew that she needed to, give them a punch in the gut. That was much needed. So I get it. It wasn't the smartest move. I get it. I understand. However, it did bring them motherfuckers into, okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget about the blockade that she initiated that caused them to be starving in the first place. So now she's guilty and feels guilty, and she's trying to find any way she can to feed these small folk.
Yeah, but by the way, the blockade was there, yes, as a part of the war. But the stores that were already there still could have fed everybody, but it didn't feed everybody because the nobles hoarded it.
Yeah, true.
So
not wrong at all. Not wrong at all. But in that, right? But my opinion is the theater wasn't necessary. And so this is where I have to give Ryan Condor a little shoot him a little bail, because it looked really good on TV. You know what I mean? It looked cool. It was a cool scene, and whoever thought it up, I'm sure, is still sniffing his own farts, because it was a cool scene. However, I wouldn't in the real world, if you are actually a queen trying to win over your populace, your bourgeoisie as well as your proletariat.
Exactly, yeah.
That is feeding them rats also is not necessary. What you would probably do is feed them regular food, and in the middle of the regular feast, let them know, oh, by the way, your motherfuckers fucked up by not doing XYZ. So presently, I want you guys to stay and enjoy this feast because it's fantastic and it's great. But we're going through your places and we're going to be taking some stuff. We're not going to take everything. We're going to take some stuff and feel the small food. Anybody has a problem with it, catch me outside. How about that? Mm-hmm. That is, I think, would have been
that'd be perfect.
A queen, an Elizabeth I, or even the second, But
also, KP, I would just like to give you cool points because you said Zed.
And he also said, catch me outside. He said, "Catch me outside."
Well, no, the "catch me outside." No, that's American. But saying "Zed" that is very West Indian thing.
Yeah, that is
and also in Canada.
Yeah,
Canadian.
It's
territories that were owned. Yeah.
All of the territories upon which the British Empire never sat, that is
colonizers.
Literally, the colonizers are why a lot of West Indians love tea. It's their fault.
I ain't gonna lie, colonizers colonize, but they did some good things. Because I love Trinidad. It's a beautiful place. I probably would kill some people.
A scant few, We got an infusion of lovely cultures that built the West Indies from way back. Yeah, that's maybe the only asterisk I'll put next to that. Everything else, fuck y'all.
And there's allow me a little bloviating for 2 seconds. I mean, when Speed came over here,
quick seconds.
And he had all our nice food, the biggest thing was it's such an amazing explosion of Indian, British, Caribbean, and African, and all these different flavors is in everything. You know what I mean? So,
indeed.
Colonizing wasn't bad.
I think KP looks a little bit like KP when you go to Niagara Falls in Canada. There's this mist that comes off the falls. That's what it sort of reminds me of. It's like you're at Niagara Falls and you're getting the mist.
Are you in Niagara Falls?
KP over there being the mists of Niagara.
I'm just setting the mood. I'm a habitual mood setter. You know what I mean?
That's why I said he's setting the vibe.
And did he do the spritz? Did you get to have a drink, KK?
Yes, I've taken 2 sips because I've seen 2 spritzes, and there goes another one. Here we go. Bottoms up.
So I can take a drink when he has
me too.
You should go do that.
So speaking of the rat feast, Sphinx will come back to you when you. So speaking of the rat feast, so after this, they raided the nobles' homes and they got all the food, and then they got to do this sort of handout of food, which I was just thinking it felt a bit performative, like Rhaenyra. It kind of felt like something Joffrey might do. Joffrey would go out under, sort of Marjorie would be like, Joffrey, let's go out and give some food to the people of Flea Bottom, and he might be like, oh, okay, and then he gets all this sort of love coming his way. So it sort of felt a little bit performative. So what did you guys think of that? And also, while you're thinking about that, Mysaria, she kind of has Rhaenyra's ear, right? Like she's got the two battling. She's got like the Rhaenyra's got Mysaria on one shoulder, and then she's got Daemon on the other shoulder. So she's got these two battling wits. So do you want to comment a bit about that? And then when Sphinx comes back, we can ask her.
While my thoughts are still fresh on it, I'll go first on that. The random tit for tat back and forth secret shadow war that is between Daemon and Mysaria right now is so damn entertaining.
Love
it. So entertaining because the minute Daemon got back, I was like, hold on, bitch, the fuck you didn't I leave you in a cell? The fuck you doing here? And then
he was a little impressed too. He was a little impressed.
The Master of Whispers, his head turned around like, wait, bitch, she's what?
Yes.
Like, who? And,
oh my God.
He gave her that wink like, you hit that, huh? That's why.
Right. See, and that scene where like, Rhaenyra is about to walk off, and when she passes Mysaria, they share like a little hand touch and whatnot. Like, some little teenage love shit going down.
He's impressed.
And when I was doing the watch along, I was like, hold on, Daemon, did you see that? And Daemon looked and he had that smirk when he walked by and looked at her. I was like, okay, yeah, he absolutely caught the tea. And because I stand Daemon the way I do, I feel like I am in Doctor Who's mind right now. Okay, I know he is thinking exactly. If y'all remember, Auntie Nisi and Uncle C, when she moved, he moved. When he moved, she moved. They actively talked about their little threesome tryst and whatnot. Daemon's brain was exactly in that. It's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me not be mad. This maybe could do a little thing at some point in time. And I feel and as much as much animosity as he makes it seem that he's giving off, he's looking at both of them and he's like, oh, okay.
One of these days, I
could see how we maybe could make this do because he does still fancy himself a conqueror, and that's even before the events of this season at all. And who was the main Targaryen conqueror? Aegon. And did he have two wives? Yes, he had two sister wives, and yeah. And look, and with all the witchy shit that has been going on, all his damn fever vision dreams that Alice put him into, and seeing the magic, seeing motherfucking the queen, the Luna Lovegood of Westeros, Helena, in real time hack his fucking Obia juice fever dream all the way from King's Landing. Daemon absolutely is looking at that shit like, okay, wait, hold on, how much magic infusion can I put into the next fruit of my loins with these two bitches right here? He's planning that.
Yeah, he's thinking when the henny's in the system, ain't no telling when that's what's
in the words of the mighty sparrow. Okay, we not choosing nothing. Both of them. Give me both of them.
Both of them.
Right, okay, and I said that specifically because I knew you would get that, KP.
Listen, both of them, yeah. What? Listen. He knows the amount of liquor, the things that's going to happen in the coming.
It's not even going to take that much liquor.
We're going to have there's a good possibility that we could end up in a compromising position. But I forget the question. What was
quote
the
unquote compromising position?
I forget what the question was. What was he?
Oh, we were talking about whether, like I was saying, how Rhaenyra has both Daemon and like Mysaria kind of both in her ear, and how Mysaria is sort of influencing her wanting to do things for the small folk and
more so to the small folk.
Yeah,
and how the thing was performative. Yeah,
like he wants her to conquer the world, and Mysaria is like, can we just give some food to the small folk?
and that's what I'm saying is this is also, again, this is one of my gripes in the changes. This is not Daemon fully understands that you have to get a lock on King's Landing first. The Daemon that we know is not trying to go off and reconquer old Valyria and repopulate. No, he wants to make sure the shit is on lockdown here, that they are reigning supreme before he goes anywhere. And that's why I say I don't like how they're making these folks just look a little bit incompetent. And also, Jaguar has a question for you, KP.
What part of Trinidad? So right now I'm in Gulfview in South Trinidad, but I lived most of my life in Marabella, which is next to our big refinery. and I have another home in Sangre Grande, which is close to where my
This man
corn
got
is at.
multiple homes.
Look in West Indian speak. That's KP. That's like a low key flex that he's doing right there.
Oh, that's
Well,
not low key. That's obvious flex. This man got multiple homes.
we have a pretty big family, so we have a pretty big family.
The things be stretching out.
Can I just add something? I stepped away for a minute.
Yeah, no,
but
you
when
can
I
talk
came when I
Yeah.
came back, you guys were
Yes,
kind of
yes.
talking about
David,
Rhaenyra
no doubt.
wanting to take care of King's Landing before she steps out and like conquers the world,
Mm-hmm.
which also brings me back to Danny when she got to Marine and she was like, I have to rule Marine first before I can take my dragons out and just go conquer everything. Like if I can't get my own, if you can't take care of home, you can't take
And-
care of the nation.
Yeah, if the home office
Who was
secure,
it that actually got her hip to game on that? Was it Tyrion or Jorah? Because he said, like, yeah, you stopped the slave trade, but you forgot to put something else in place that would infuse the economy.
And they just
besides
picked
that.
up the slaves again.
Yeah.
They just
Mhm.
recycled that shit.
it was a series of conversations.
Real quick, hold on, KP. 1105. I do not recognize your name. I think it's the first time I've seen you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And to our shadow watchers, I can see you in the numbers because this is not as many people are in the chat as I see are watching. Hello,
Yes.
we see you too.
Not the
Thank you
shadow
for being
watchers.
here. Please don't forget to smash that. We got some faceless men out there, and I appreciate that. I love the faceless man order. So please remember to hit the like on both channels. We are streaming right now on my channel as well as on costumeco. Make sure you go and give Heidi a follow as well. And also shout out
Follow,
to
subscribe, like, hit the bell.
Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, share us on the socials, bro. Let's get the word out there. Send the ravens.
Actually, I want to just talk about Taw Baby says, I felt like when they were throwing paper towels to people, like it felt like they were throwing paper towels to people for hurricane relief. Like when I was saying about Rhaenyra and my Saria handing out this tiny little baskets. Like I was like, is that like a day's worth of food? That's hardly any food. She poured a bit of grain.
She put like one
scoop of grain and then some figs.
Here's the thing though.
It's something.
No, it
exactly.
is
She's working with what she has, and the people. And again, this is Flea Bottom. This is like the hood, the barrio.
They're eating the brown.
It's
they're
like
eating
anything.
Yeah. So and they have less than what they are being given, so they are very thankful for what they're being given, and they know because she put boots on the ground. Which again, this is why she should have never left and went to Dragonstone. Boots on the ground here in everybody's face. They see you trying to help this.
Yes.
They see, they remember, it's making them remember that you sent those secret ships through the fog past the blockade to make sure they got some food. Not everybody was able to eat off of that, but some people were.
Didn't they used to call Rhaenyra the Realm's Delight?
The Realm's Delight. Exactly.
That was before.
They haven't called her that in the show. They haven't called her that in the show.
They had a throwaway line where somebody called her.
It was it was a small little throwaway line. They did reference it.
It wasn't like everybody you met called her like somebody somewhere in like the first season or whatever called her these realms.
1105. Yes, I love that mention because if for those that have been watching me for a while, y'all know my favorite thing about this. The whole of George's universe here for Westeros, or as we call it, Planetos. Is the histories and Yeetie.
Oh, yeah, love it.
And that little small reference that Damon gave, that made my day watching the episode. I love references to all of the outside territories that we don't know a lot about. A girl has hit the like button. Thank you, Mink. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's supposed to go next? Who's supposed to go next on the performative Kingsguard thing? I'm Masaria. Is it me?
I think it was on you.
Okay, cool. So Masaria.
Wait, hold on.
And then we'll do Sphinx too.
Okay, well, what I will say is, what maybe I think I just saw in your hand. Mute your camera just for YouTube guidelines. Gracias. Yeah. Make sure your hands are out of view of the camera. But you're muted though. We can't hear you.
Camera's still on.
Sorry.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No. Yeah. When I'm getting ready to do that, I'll do that.
Yes. Make sure you gotta do that all screen.
Or you can just sort of lean in, like,
or lean over
way
lean over to the
like
side.
Yeah.
Behind
do that.
Yeah,
I see a
yeah.
lot of
behind whatever the smoke is coming out of.
I
and
see a
then
lot
we'll
of
see it.
Yeah, but this smoke is just like my diffuser.
it's coming out
Okay,
of this
yes.
out
Okay,
of
so
this
you
basket.
gotta mute the camera.
I'm
sorry, Heidi,
expecting
what'd you
like
say?
the genie. I'm expecting the genie to come out of that basket shortly.
He's
got the
smoke is
smoke
just a
coming.
diffuser.
It's
That's what-
I dream of Genie. It's she's gonna pop out.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, Kate.
Shout out
me.
to I
So-
Dream of Genie and Bewitched.
Yeah,
Thank you for that
of
core
course.
memory
I love
reminder,
that.
Heidi.
I love it.
So
I'm an old
the
school lady.
Mysaria thing, Mysaria's influence on Rhaenyra, I think, has had positives, and it will have negatives because Mysaria is definitely biased. I don't even want to say she's biased for the small folk. She's biased against the upper class, the elite, the Otto Hightowers of the world, the Ormond Hightowers of the world. She's against them. So whatever decision can be made to hurt them is what Mysaria will probably adhere to. Now, I also, as one said, the idea that she personally came wearing her regular own personal clothes and was on this thing personally with whomever, with Mysaria, whomever else was there with her, handing food out to poor people. It's not about the food per se. It's about the fact that she's being seen helping.
Yes.
So like that is something that if you're running for office or whatever, that's something that a PR person will tell you to do.
You got to be out there shaking hands and kissing the baby.
And that's why drug dealers would give away turkeys for Thanksgiving and whatnot in New York or whatever. It's really bad.
No, you're exactly right. What was my? Because you just reminded me of Frank Lucas.
Yeah,
that's what he. What was he? A ruthless cutthroat gangster? Yeah, but did he hold it down for the hood? Yeah.
100%. And a lot those guys were needed, you know what I mean? Because they were able to go places that
same with Capone and the mob in Chicago. That's what they did.
So I like the scene. I like the thought behind it. It's probably one of the things that the motivations for it and the action behind it line up and are objectively good for her and her position and for the people at large. I will, however, especially based on what's on the books and which will probably not be what happens in the show, I would, if I had her ear, I would tell her to weigh everything that Mysaria brings to you. Like really think about whether or not it suits you and your people versus serving her and her motives, which are multiple. Because she can get into a situation where, if you get in a situation where there's one person whose opinion could override even your own opinion. Like I had this talk with my wife the other day. She has, so my sister-in-law has a friend that if her husband tells her, yo, you should do XYZ with your car, she will not do it. If the friend mentions it to her, she'll do it yesterday. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And that is probably the opposite of how it should be.
Like that.
And I think she probably will allow Mysaria to be that voice where either it allows her to override a decision that in her mind that she wants to make and choose something else, or that would she would make a decision and then Mysaria she would make the right decision and Mysaria through her influence could pull her in the wrong way knowingly because she has her own motivations to these things.
And
I hope she understands that.
That's why it's a dangerous situation. And honestly, I feel like if Daemon was really looking in, and we know he's noticed, but if he was really on his game, he would have already had that conversation with her.
Well, that's the next thing. That's the next thing because I am wondering: does she really remember that this is the person that Daemon was shocked up with the dragon's egg in Dragonstone and was literally on the brink of burning the world down for her? And then after one day, she went there, and then he was like, all right, whatever. I didn't want to do this anymore. Goodbye. And then just kind of left her. It has not been made clear that she remembers that this is that person. Do you guys agree? Like, has that? It could very well be that she does not remember. You know, it could very well be that, or she vaguely remembers and doesn't remember like how.
I don't think she remembers. I don't think she knows because there was connection between Daemon and Mysterio.
there wasn't.
Because if I'm not mistaken,
there wasn't any marker.
Otherwise,
there's no marker of memory for that. Was she on that bridge when Rhaenyra confronted Daemon? Yes, but Rhaenyra was there confronting Daemon.
Yes,
not her.
And it was dark, like, and it's
true. Yes.
Like today dark, it would be like back in the.
Well, no, it was no. I think it was regular daytime when that scene happened.
No, that was
but
that was
Mysaria would not have really registered with that. She was there just to get her little brother's dragon egg back from Daemon.
So
that was her only focus, and that was when we were still seeing. That's when we were seeing the young.
She was like 17. I think she was like 17 then.
Yeah, she was just a girl.
It wasn't even Emma Darcy. Rhaenyra at that point.
I don't
think she remembers.
And this is before, because that would be before he killed his first wife, I believe, and then married his second wife. I think this. Yes,
that's right.
Well, I think he had already killed his first.
No, was Rhea gone already? I think because
he was
already that's why he was at Dragonstone
after the wedding. I thought he killed her after the wedding. Or no, actually, the voices were at the wedding.
Wait, hold on, Phil. Tell me how you think she knows who Mysaria is. Because the only interaction between the two of them that I remember before their little one night tryst that developed into where they're at now, I don't remember a time where they ever were around each other except for that bridge scene.
The bridge and
Rhaenyra was not focused in any way, shape, or form on Mysaria.
If I'm not mistaken, she introduced Mysaria to Daemon. Am I right in that? She introduced them to one another. Like you wouldn't do that. Like you wouldn't do that if you remember that 20 years ago this my uncle was banging this chick. You'd be like, oh Daemon, yeah. You remember this? Remember Shorty from 20 years ago? Yeah, we're friends now. Don't worry about it. Like she acted as though they didn't know one another. So it could be that it's implied, or we should perhaps take it for granted that she remembers, or maybe they're thinking about it like that. But to me, leaving it open ended is kind of cool because she hasn't been warned about the Mysaria and her ulterior motives. So if she gets tricked into doing something that is not necessarily right for her, it'll make sense because she thinks this person is being 100% genuine with her. And the other point of the gold cloaks and their thing being performative when they're telling people to wipe down the thing and they're going to people's houses and they're looking for this and that. Yes, it's performative, and I think anybody that lives in, I was going to say anybody that lives in a quote unquote third world country, but like even in America, United States, it's happening right now where like the whole ICE raids thing. It is like the ICE raids produce very little in terms of prosecution, in terms of like catching people. It produces very little, but what it does is by putting it in front of the people's face all the time, the people that voted for that see action and they're like, fuck yeah, America. So I think it was performative, but I think it's purposely so as a political tactic to garner support from a certain kind of person. However, the is trying to, but what she's also doing, so she's trying to garner support from the proletariat and from the bourgeoisie at the same time, and in a way where she's not going to get either. And I think that is the tragedy of that thing, that portion of the story.
Which is kind of absurd because there was a better way to do all of this. But also what Wilson was saying earlier, RIP Lady Royce. House of the Dragon
Yeah.
has been successful in giving us really good lady characters that they snatched from us far too soon.
Sphinx, did you want to also? We didn't get you to talk about this whole thing. We were talking about how once Rhaenyra, they do the raids and they get all the food, and then they're able to go to Flea Bottom and hand out the food, and you can hear
Welcome,
Casey
Sletchy.
spraying. You can hear him spraying. And then, but with my sorry, and then like whether it's performative or whether you thought that she was winning over the small folk, that might be a good strategy. What were your thoughts on it?
I think she's fully
Agreed,
invested in
Dominica.
Mysteria and whatever Mysteria tells her. Even when Damon is like, obviously, like, we got to pay the gold cloaks. I'm sorry. If I mixed episodes, I'm sorry. But
No, that's okay. No, that's hard. It's hard.
trying to stick to one.
No, it's fine.
But if he's like, we got to pay the gold cloaks, we got to pay this and pay that. And Mysteria is like, but the small folk, they need food, they need bread, they need cheese. And she's just going with the small folk. That's another episode. Sorry. I was about to bring up something else. God damn it.
Yep.
God damn it.
That for tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow.
I mean, if you stumble into episode 4 by accident, I think it's kind of okay, no?
Oh, of course.
Now we're
Not
saving
even a
the
stumble.
main beats for tomorrow.
Cool, no problem.
Okay, so if you need gold,
Somebody needs to send a raven to the Iron Bank.
why haven't they done that?
That's what I'm saying. You
Also,
very clearly need a loan,
Why
and it's
haven't
King's
they
Landing, so we
summoned-
know they're going to give the
Why
loan.
haven't they gotten food from High Garden?
Well, there is the thing with the Iron Bank was mentioned in episode 4.
Becks!
Oh, is she there? Hey, Becks, we miss you. Hopefully you'll be here tomorrow. Sorry, I was trying to show that. I think you and I clicked at the same time.
Yep.
Well, the next
we always do.
I know. The next thing I want to talk about.
We share our brains so many times when
do.
we're on streams together.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, Slushy, you didn't watch episode 4 yet?
Well, that's okay. You got time because
We're
we're
on
not
episode
discussing
3,
episode 4
so
until tomorrow.
You're good.
It says,
Yes,
spoilers.
you got time.
Okay. The thing that I really want to talk about, well, first of all, there's the dinner with Rhaenyra and Alan and Adam. And then, of course, and
I'm gonna go refill
By the
my
way,
rum. Y'all kick off that part. I need rum to talk about that.
Well, the first thing I was going to say is I love how, like, in TV, they always have they always have people sitting at a table, which is totally unnatural. Like, when you used to watch the sitcoms back in the 80s, and then they'd have a table set up, and then they have 2 people sit on one side and then 2 people on the end so that the camera can be there. So that kind of made me laugh when I saw the Valerian brothers
and the whole other side of the table. With
on the whole other side of the table,
nobody's
left
there.
open. That's where the servant comes, I guess. So I thought that was really funny. But what did you guys all think? We can talk about that scene where Corlys is asking about having his sons legitimized, which, we've been rooting for that for a while now. But then also that scene with Rhaenyra, which was so powerful. What did you guys think of that? And then when AK, you are here. AK, are you?
Which scene with Rhaenyra that was powerful?
The scene where Corlys says, "Why did you?" Well, okay, maybe we shouldn't get to that. Let's talk about the dinner scene first,
okay,
and then we'll talk about the knighting, and then we'll talk about the scene with Corlys. How's that sound? I'm just realizing.
That sounds great.
Okay. Let's talk about the dinner. We'll talk about the dinner scene first.
I've already made my comments about dinner. I felt like it was bullshit. It was too much with the nobles. You didn't have to do that.
No. With Adam and Alan.
And Adam and Alan, yeah.
Legitimization.
Rhaenyra, Corlys, Adam and Alan, they're sitting and having dinner, and then he tells her that he wants to legitimize his sons. And then she's just like, "Oh, yes, well, they've done a good job. Yes, you're right there." But then she just falls short of saying that she's
just like slicing your chicken and just eating. And she's just like, "Yes, they're great. They're great. They're awesome. Eat chicken." He's like, "So can they be my sons?" And she's like,
Yeah. And did you think that maybe the chicken looked a bit like Rat in that scene? I was like, her chicken didn't look that great. I thought.
Not more rat. I can't handle any
Look,
more
the
rat.
unseasoned chicken and the rat burgers. No, we don't stand that.
I always
That's
consider the
British
medieval
staples.
food like when you go to medieval times and they serve
Yeah.
you
You
just
can't
like
even drink the
half
water.
a half chicken and like some potatoes. But it's
And a
really
bun?
good though. In a bun. Yeah, it's good in medieval times.
And a
I
bun, and
figure
also
this is
they
how it is in
technically
medieval times.
they technically didn't always have plates, and y'all can go look this up.
True.
What their plate was like bread,
Mhm.
and it was thick, and they would just pile all their stuff on top of the bread and like the juices,
Which is
for
how you got
meats and all that would
sandwiches.
soak in. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep,
they actually they do use cutlery in Game of Thrones, but oftentimes they didn't even have cutlery. They would
A lot of
just
times
use
they
their
didn't.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was considered to be an Ottoman heresy, which is I remember that from my history class. Yes. So Sphinx was saying.
Mini energy.
So
Right,
the
so
dinner. Who wants to comment on that little dinner scene? And
Okay,
I mean-
I will continue. My
Yeah, I'll
comment.
Okay,
go after
Kristen.
Sphinx. Go ahead. Sphinx.
Okay.
It's so bullshit. It's a giant
Wait, hold on. Sphinx rant
steaming
incoming.
pile of bullshit. Like, first of all, okay, your kids are bastards, so you feel low-key sensitive about it, and you don't want to raise up other bastards, but you just raised up other bastards as dragon riders and then
That part.
knighted them. So why can you not legitimize? And one of them is a knight. Why can you not legitimize them? I didn't get it. I feel like it was bad taste. She's stupid. Now Corliss is pissed off. Here she goes.
Wait, who is the knight? She
Well,
lives-
not yet. He's not a knight yet until
Yeah, that's
talking
right.
about
We don't
Alan
have the
or
knighting
Adam?
scene until episode 4.
Sorry.
But
Okay.
okay,
Oh,
well,
I
no,
kept
I think-
saying
no,
that.
we
were you
do-
done,
no.
Sphinx?
No, we do have they do get knighted in this episode.
They
Oh,
do.
was it this episode?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
It was after this dinner, though.
And
So-
then
so
Corley's
saying
confessor.
that
We'll talk about that.
He's good enough to be a knight, but like he's not good enough to be my legitimate son. That's like,
It makes
It-
no sense.
yeah.
Look, see, okay, and here's my rant about the whole thing. First of fucking all, your main player right now, I know, just straight out the gate from day one, this woman has been trying to school you on the way of things, was Auntie Nisi. Okay, and Auntie Nisi sadly is not with us anymore, but you have Uncle C, and for you to just I don't want to say just outright dismiss this request, and this is a very small request, honestly. This is, you named him Hand, and he's asking you to give this part of this last little bit of his bloodline his name, which
He is at least
in all
50%
fairness,
of your
no.
success.
In all fairness, Corliss, you should have did this shit from the very fucking beginning, just like Auntie Nisi told you. Okay, you didn't have to have them boys out there starving
Yes, sir.
like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
for him to come up now and make it Rhaenyra's problem to do so, and then be mad about the situation, I'm sorry, no, fuck you on that, Uncle C. But still, even alongside that, Rhaenyra, you know who the baby daddy for your sons is. Why in all of the 7 hells, why would you not just say absolutely, of course they have your name? Your own bastard, your fucking bastard, Luke Harris, was about to be the heir to Driftmark.
Of Driftmark.
No, not
What
even
the
that.
fuck
One of them
is
was going
your
to be
damn
heir
problem?
to the Iron Throne, and the
Yeah,
other one was going to be
exactly.
So
Yeah, and
Exactly. Like what the hell moved in your damn mind that said that you cannot give this lord, your main number one, the thing that he wished? Should he have done it earlier? Yes, that's not in question. But should you have
All we have
refused
is
him
today.
here? No. And the bullshit reason you gave for it No, get the fuck out of here. Again, just to remind everyone again, I am still absolutely Team Black. I'm here to see all of the whatever war crimes come out of this right now. Oh, we got our girl coming in mid rant, so I'm gonna make you wait for a second.
Oh, Becks is joining.
All of this shit going down, Rhaenyra. You know who the fucking baby daddy is, and you have the gall, the fucking gumption, the vaginal testitude.
Not
to
the
come in here,
testitude.
to come in here and disrespect this man. Like,
she's on the rag.
What?
She's on her period.
What the fuck
What is
wrong with you?
testitude?
How dare you not bring my two of my fave baby cousins into the family? What the fuck is wrong with you? Nah, I got beef. I got serious beef with you on that. Because there's no reason you should not have given them that name. All of these, look, Ulf, you know, being one of the dragon seeds has been popping off at the mouth, and he needed to get smacked down. He should have gotten it long before he did get it. But this gives them another reason to hold on to you, to make sure to ensure their loyalty. And neither one of those boys is ever going to say outright that, yeah, this is a thing that I want. But is it a thing that they want? Yes, it is. Is it a thing that they deserve? Fuck yes. You are looking at one of the main driving forces that you had a win over the Triarchy. That motherfucker, that bald motherfucker right there, he's the one that killed their leader on his own merits. Fuck whatever Uncle C is talking about. On his own merits. He earned that name.
He didn't send somebody to do it.
The other one, he's a fucking dragon rider. Your dead husband. His dragon came and sought him out. He didn't have to do anything. He was walking on the beach, minding his own fucking business. And Sea Smoke came out like, nah, bitch, it's me and you right now. You don't have a choice. No, shut up, Lil Human, okay? I said you're mine. You coming with me now. This is how we roll. Sister. Your fucking husband's dragon chose him. How very fucking dare you deny this bit of glory to these two men? What the fuck is wrong with you? Also, and he's a new names dragon rider at that.
Epic AK rant.
Totally. I'm just saying.
Oh, very unfortunate.
And I will lay my laurels down because Lady Becks has joined us, and I will leave it at that.
Here to support your rant. Hi, Huron. Hi,
how are you guys?
You got support.
Oh, my lovelies.
Becks,
I'm so glad you're able to be here, Becks.
Becks, you know KP?
Say again?
Oh yes, Becks, KP Becks.
Before, but
hi, Becks.
Becks
how are you?
is one of my homies from way back in the Game of Thrones days. Me and Becks have actually met face to face, hung out together, had a great day at the museum a couple years ago. Fun time. She's an awesome lady. If y'all have not seen,
haven't met AK in person.
Her on Heidi's stream. And also when they were doing damn it, what was it, the Creatives Guild? Those were some really great conversations. Also,
yes,
y'all should go, and those videos are still up. Y'all should go check them out. Just saying.
He is a sweetheart. I was going to say, some people were saying, what would it cost? What would it cost her? Now she has this idea. Well, she's got some paranoia
not a fucking
going
thing,
on, right? It doesn't cost her a thing, but even if it did cost her something, is the value not there to do it? There was absolute value in doing it, even if if there is a cost.
Even if everybody was going to say, "Yo,
hold on," I forgot one plot point in my rant, and I will end it with this though. I know, and I know y'all saw the memes because we saw the memes, and you know me and Meeks are always into the memes. Kitty, and what is going through Corliss's brain? Not even no, it's not Corliss. What is going through Uncle Black and Mine's brain in whatever pit of the seven hells he is in right now? He is sitting pretty, holding probably a goblet of Arbor Gold, sipping like Corliss, I told you. Why do I say he's sitting pretty with the I told you face? Because Rhaenyra has denied this this man giving his name to his bastards, and in this hallway scene after the fact here, Corliss is looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck? All of your damn kids are bastards, every last one of them. Matter of fact, one of your bastards was gonna be my heir, and you have the nerve to tell me you can't give that name, man? Nah,
you know,
bullshit.
Are we talking about book shit right now?
You can if you want.
Okay,
you can tie it in if you want to.
But I think no spoilers, right, AK?
Yeah,
or not.
No. Okay, no spoilers past the points of what the show has already covered.
You know, but at this, point in the books. Well, first off, Adam is the older son. Alan is the younger, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and even at this point in the book, she actually had legitimized them because she
it was Jaehaerys who legitimized them actually.
Did Viserys? I thought she
no Jaehaerys, her son. Jaehaerys.
Oh yeah, no, he was the one that like
we're a while away from Jaehaerys.
But that's far in the future though.
You know,
yeah,
but
that's
also
far
like,
down
at
the line.
this point, which I'm a little about how I'm reserving a lot of judgment with a lot of these episodes about how Rhaenyra is, adjusting to power, and she's grabbing defeat from the jaws of victory. But I'm interested to see how it's going to play out for the rest of the season. Like these last two episodes, where individually I think they're great, but in the main story, I'm still like, I'm not going to be able to judge them until like the end. But it's also like, I mean, it just seems so stupid. Like your strongest supporter, like
that part.
And he
lost his wife. His wife died
that
for you.
part.
He thinks he killed his son.
He lost his home. His
Auntie
whole fleet.
Nisi volunteered for that. When the shit started popping off, Auntie Nisi said, okay, you send him there, send him there. I will patrol the gullet myself.
But it's also the bullshit that they did last season where Jace was like, like all these bastards and blah, 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 blah.
Like if they can ride dragons, where do I stand? What the fuck do it matter? You have a dragon.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to...
It's like, where I can maybe understand a little bit not giving Ulf or Hugh legitimacy. Sorry, I'm taking my earrings off. But
that usually means you're ready for a fight.
Well,
and she was married to his son as well. Basically, he's her former father-in-law as well. That's
right. Yeah, but he's also her strongest ally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's crazy,
and especially that she's like saying "fuck you" to the rest of her original small council. It's like, why are you?
Because if you'll do that to him, you'll do it to me.
Yeah.
You do that to him, you're gonna do it to me.
And that's the and I understand why she feels the way she feels about the small council. However, you need a small council.
Yeah.
And you need people over here helping you do the work.
Missed.
Just saying.
I was gonna also add, someone was mentioning this in the chat about the Septon, who, I think he's in her head. That he was like
wait, was that episode 3 or episode 4?
That's 3.
That's 3.
It's 3.
So that
Septon would not. If it was Daemon, that Septon would not have had shit to say.
I think he would have taken his head off.
And that's the thing, right? And she did hold him to task. However, he's not looking at Aegon the Conqueror right now. He's looking at you. And it's not been a secret at all that no, they don't want a woman in charge on the throne. Like, you could rule next to the king, but you can't be in charge. And that is the biggest problem. That's her biggest obstacle. And she's not attacking that the way she should be.
And I also think that because it's a woman, that they finally can like have pushback against like the Dragon Lord.
The dragons, exactly.
Because
exactly.
I don't think he's I don't think it's just misogyny. But
the Maesters, the Maesters hate dragons.
It's the Maesters secret plot, the high not
he does
High Garden, but the High Towers and how they want to make sure that like the main control stays with them, even if it's behind the scenes. So
Right.
yeah, it's more
Yeah.
than just the patriarchy. It's literally just the shadow war against dragons, period.
Yeah.
Because if you
It's a
pay
kind of deep.
attention,
It's a kind of high
Which-
tower
yeah,
run deep state.
after
Yeah.
the dance, this is what really starts the death of the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dune when you have the what do you call them? The sisters,
The
sort of
sandworms,
like the
Bene
Bene Gesserit,
Gesserits.
sort of. They're
Yes.
the ones who are moving all the chess pieces around on the board,
Mhm.
but really, like, whereas they, they'll have these what do you call them, lords or what have you.
See you,
But
Ming.
really-
Thank you for joining
yeah.
us. See you next
that was-
time.
I thought that was
Hopefully
a-
we'll see you tomorrow.
I thought that was a really interesting scene because there was some like xenophobia against Valyrian, or sorry, against the Targaryens. What would you call like racism? There was some Targaryen racism from the Septon there.
Xenophobia.
Oh yeah,
Some high tower
yes, some
supremacy.
high tower supremacy.
high
Yes,
tower
exactly.
supremacy. And
Yeah.
when you think of the high towers, you also have to remember to take the Citadel into account, because the Citadel, while it was started by a Targaryen prince, it is absolutely a factory for the high towers.
Are we sure about that? It was
Yes, it
Targaryen
was.
prince?
I forget if you go and read or listen to the audiobook, it was like a fourth son of one of the kings that was I think he didn't have use of his legs, so he was in the library a lot, he read a lot, and he wanted to like talk about his stuff with other people, and that's what started the Citadel.
But
is him bringing people, scholars and stuff together.
But I think in terms of the show, we're only going to be really concerned like with like the high tower's connection to the church. Like I don't see like the Citadel, like, I mean, you're right, but like as far as the books, but but this gets in like episode 4.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's where we'll cap those breadcrumbs. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Wait, what was the question that we are on right now?
Well, we were talking about talking about Corley's and
the dinner and the
right.
boys being
and the
denied
dinner
given
and
their
then
name.
and then
Okay.
we didn't kind of get to the knighting, but it's sort of part and parcel of that whole thing, because Rhaenyra, it seemed like on the fly was like, and Adam of Hull, she just sort of she just made the decision on the fly there. She not to legitimize him, and then she gets cornered later on by Corley's.
Yeah. No, my quick take on that is, first of all, the 40 Laws of Power, they talk about Louis XIV, and they said Louis XIV never promised anybody anything. If you came to see him, you wanted something, his words would be,
he'll hear you out.
I'll see what I can do.
But that's it.
And he would say, I'll see what I can do. I will see what I can do.
That's a very good idea.
He may do it, he may not do it, but he's going to see what he can do. And that's what he's really doing. I think Rhaenyra, her answer should have been along those lines, based on, listen, Corlys, I love you. I love your help. I'm going to do it. Let us win this war and get this thing settled first, but I'm going to do it. I think that, because when the war is settled and when the issue is settled and there's no, the talk of bastardy is no longer in the air as it is at this point in time, then all right, we can have a little quick ceremony behind closed doors. Yes, he's a Valyrian. You can make him your heir. We'll put it on the rules. It's part of like the law now, part of the canon of the world. Good. Because that really she does not have a problem with them being the heir, with them being his heirs. She has a problem with doing it now while there's a lot of bastard talk going on.
Wait, hold on.
So,
KP, let me interrupt you real quick. Sphinx has to step out. So Sphinxy, give us before you go like your rating on this episode.
God, I give all the episodes such high ratings because I love House of the Dragon.
You're allowed to do that.
They don't give me bad episodes. I'll give it the standard 8.
Okay.
I mean, Rhaenyra beheaded Otto. Off top, that for me was like crazy. That
they could have shot it a little better, but
yeah, this is what I'm talking about. See, I hate this kind of bullshit, right? I hate that.
We don't need to remember that.
I don't like that. Like that's just sort of like
I don't like that either.
That's a patriarchal trope.
That's why I don't like why they included her. Period.
Yeah, I didn't need to do that.
Why?
I guess like
unless it mattered, unless it was like.
I think here's what
it was book driven. It was narrative driven.
Here's what I think about it, because initially when like she said, "Oh, I'm bleeding," and it's like, "Oh," because like us book readers know eventually she's supposed to like the throne,
on the throne,
and it's like, "Oh, is that how it's gonna happen?" But it just led to like how uncomfortable the whole day was.
I mean, have any of you guys ever watched 30 Rock?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a skit where like on 30 Rock, Gemma was always on her period. Like whatever skit she was doing, she was Amelia Earhart, and she was like driving the plane, and she was like, "Oh my god, I just got my period." Yeah, I just got my period. I felt like that. Like, oh my god, I'm trying to rule the kingdom, but I just got my period, so now I can't.
Well, but I think because I initially, when like she said that was my initial reaction, but after like watching it and sitting with it, it's like I think it's kind of more like, I mean, you know, we've all been in situations where we've had the worst fucking period on the face of the earth, and we still have to like be in front of everybody.
No, shut up! Shut the fuck up!
To include that in the show because it's the first female queen, so she just has to have her period.
The worst day of your life, professionally speaking, and on top of it, like you have the worst period of your life. But I think it was a little bit of a psych out. Now, I also kind of feel like there's a little bit of I didn't love it. Like, you know.
I hated it.
I mean, it wasn't as bad for me. It wasn't as bad as the sexual assault, the attempted sexual assault. But I just felt like I was kind of like,
how did that just came out of the blue?
Hold on. Let's let Sphinx finish up with the outro.
Oh, sorry.
I do have to go.
Sorry,
I have some stuff I have to take care of, but I love you guys. I will not be able to come tomorrow because I'm going to the movies to watch the Odyssey.
Oh, I'm going
Hey.
Amazing.
Wait,
let us know how it was.
Are y'all gonna watch the Odyssey? Because like we should talk about it.
I'm going
Sunday. I'm down to talk about it. I'm going tomorrow, so let me know.
As soon as it's available for free on one of my DSRs, yes, definitely.
KP, hit me up. Allegedly, I might maybe not have to wait that long.
We'll talk about this tomorrow, Amy. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, put a pin in that.
Didn't get this period.
Sphinxy,
I love you
all. You, sis.
Bye, Sphinx.
I gotta go.
It was really nice seeing you. Okay, we'll have you back
next week.
Bye,
have a good night.
All right, back to where were we
periods
and
I think I was just
assaults.
finishing off what I was saying. I was just finishing up what I was saying about
episode 4.
Yeah, that's episode 4. We can wait for that.
No. The attempted one on Allison, like from episode 2.
No, that was 2.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I was just saying. I thought that the essay was unnecessary, and I kind of personally felt. Yeah, and I kind of felt I didn't think it helped the story along.
No.
And
It had
then
nothing to
this
do
one,
with the story.
I guess I didn't like it. I know,
and it doesn't happen in the
Sarah
books.
wrote it, but I just sort of felt like it was like a trope. Like it just felt like, oh God, here we have this stereotype of women who are like, Now that was just my initial reaction. Bex, based on what you're saying, I kind of see where you're talking about.
I mean, but also that was my initial reaction too. And my initial reaction, I was like, oh my God, is this because in the book, she, bleeds on the Iron Throne. And
I think we were thinking, I think we thought we might see that she might put her hand there and cut her hand, right?
I would have hated
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to say that her getting cut was not, she didn't get cut from the Iron Throne. She just had a period. I think that's what they're trying to,
bleeding on the throne.
But also, that was, again, we don't actually ever know that she got cut on the Iron Throne because
yeah, you're right.
Fire and Blood is written by a bunch of dudes.
I mean, it's kind of like Maegor. It's suspected that the throne nicked him with a bunch of cuts, but we don't really know that.
But I mean, yeah, and obviously, the Maesters, who are telling these histories are anti-Rhaenyra. The only one who is pro-Rhaenyra is Mushroom, and then. I also
and Mushroom was not around to see even half of the shit that he reported.
Mushroom's not a real person. Mushroom is an
a random insert character of the person of the maester that wrote it.
A collection of individuals that had little paragraphs here, paragraphs there, and some maester put them together.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I
it's all the rumors and the
it's all a lot and unreliable narrators.
Yes, it's all the rumors.
And also, hello, Candy Queen. I don't think we've seen your name before. Welcome.
Storylines that people want to think or people want to proliferate and disseminate because it's funny or because it makes them look weird. Like a lot of the sex stuff, a lot of the fact that she's fat and ugly. But I think one of the really interesting things about that in a way is in terms of history and how it's manipulated is in the name of the short story. The short story is called The Princess and the Queen. And in the short story, who's the princess and who's the queen? The queen is Alicia and the princess is Rhaenyra, because somebody came into power after them, and that person decided that Rhaenyra was never a queen.
And they wrote that book for a very specific that is just a king.
Correct. Very specific king for a very specific reason. So I think it was interesting. I just didn't. I think the period thing was just very heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just thinking about it. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was to say, I was thinking it would have been maybe even super heavy-handed if they had Rhaenyra sitting on the throne and then they had blood dripping down her leg or something like that coming out of
Yeah,
that's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm bleeding.
Because they said, I'll get you some rags. Because medieval menstrual pads were not a thing. They used rags to say.
I may have preferred that because it would have been a bigger scene, a bigger situation that everybody saw and she was embarrassed by it. But it's just something that she and her little best friend saw. It's
I do feel like in the episode, that the episode was all and claustrophobic and again
stifling.
We've all especially Kieran, am I pronouncing that right? Kieran. We've all been in a situation where we've had the worst fucking cramps in an important meeting and we're grin and bear it.
You gotta push through.
Even though there's something I initially I didn't love it, but also I kind of initially got it. I haven't watched the episode this week, but have we been hearing bells in this episode? In the music, bells in the background?
Can't remember.
Well, I know I know she's
Haunted
she's having
I
some.
can't say that I have.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I know she was having visions, like she saw Jace,
Well,
right? At one point.
I feel like the first time I watched it, I feel like I heard very subtle bells, which
like Danny,
just saying like GOT world,
yeah,
is a symbol of like someone's going to get crazy.
Well, it definitely felt like it definitely felt that they were pushing it toward that, right? And that this was it a Targaryen madness?
Yeah, and that's a change I think is just so unnecessary.
But also it's very annoying. It's tied in with like, oh well, she had her period during.
Yeah. You know, it's just a random emotional woman, which just diminishes everything.
Yeah.
When I say that I understand, like I'm not even joking, because I like, not that I've had one, but like I have a wife, I have two daughters. I have a mother,
West Indian women will absolutely let you know how they feel, and you will feel how they feel because that's how our words.
Exactly.
That's how our words work.
That was it's either they're hungry or they're in a period of both, and like you as a man, I remember leaving a particular event, a party that I really wanted to be at. It was a really good performance I wanted, and she was in white pants, and it happened, and she said, "Karen, I'm going. Karen, we're going." And I was like, "Where are we going?" And she said, "Karen, I'm going." And then she turned around, and she just kind of touched her butt a little bit, and I saw these spots. It was like these little tiny spots, but like knowing who that is, knowing who she is, I was like, "Oh, that's what happened. All right, let's go right now." And I'm behind her, like as close as I could possibly be, so that nobody would see it. Not that I don't mind if anybody sees it, but I know she does. So like, it's the problem I have with it is it treats it as though it is such an alien event, and it puts her in the trap of womanhood even harder, when we have a lot of other things that you've shown us that have we already know it's hard for her to be a woman and a woman leader. You didn't have to stick that down our throats. Yeah. So that's my 2 cents.
But I'm also on the fence. Like, it's like, as someone who has gone through that, it's like, oh, is this like really like important story points?
No, right, exactly.
I think it was I think it was like a red herring as far as like, oh, she has her period. That means she's gonna bleed.
She's bleeding on the throne,
on the Iron Throne.
Yeah,
which
and that's why I think it fits what Angel is saying right here too. You remember people talking about women that shouldn't be president because what if they got their period and set off a nuke? That would never happen.
Yeah,
because being on your period does not mean we're gonna be mean enough to set off a nuke at all.
I'm not gonna.
You know what's gonna change between us on our period and not on our period?
I might dispatch a regiment.
I might
meet somebody.
Maybe you might piss me off a little bit quicker than if I wasn't. That's it. I'm not gonna go full on. No, let me push this button and kill 1.4 million people for no fucking reason. That's never gonna happen.
I wonder if it was a woman or a man that came up with it.
It was a man.
I 100% believe it was a man, but that's
why a lot of our pants don't have pockets anymore.
No, it was a woman.
It's because of a man.
What? How pants?
Because they want to drive the purse industry.
That's weird.
And if we don't have pockets, we need to hold shit, so we have to buy purses. It's a whole. It may seem like a fluke to y'all, but it's literally a whole fucking conspiracy. Look up the pink tax, and you'll see what I mean.
Back in the day when skinny jeans was on, like I would buy women's brands. Because you're one of these skinniest. And like, that was a thing I remember, that they never had pockets. They might have one small, tiny little one at the back that may be able to hold a cell phone, that you allows in the closest pocket snatcher to grab it from you.
It's very interesting. Like when we look at like all the artistry of the costumes,
embroidery.
do they have pockets?
There's no pockets. That's why you
I'm asking
you
Heidi,
always
like,
see
are
women
there
with
No.
like little change
No,
purses and
but
stuff.
Alice Rivers, she wore a pouch, which was kind of like what they would have called a pocket.
Exactly,
back then.
because she
That's a
recognized, no,
Yeah, a
I need
medieval-
to have
she
more
needs
space than
Yeah.
than like a
And then-
little
keep
thing
her
in my
spells.
bra to
So
put stuff.
this is exactly. So if this was like, based off of medieval history, wasn't really until I think the 17th century, 18th century that women had pockets, but they would actually they wouldn't even be built into their dress. They would be like underneath. So they could stick their hands in, and then they would be So, and honestly, it was a patriarchal thing. It was really like, why do you need to be carrying anything? You don't need to be carrying money.
Exactly, that's what I'm
You don't
saying.
need, and then even like
The
when they
patriarchy
finally
has
had-
driven women's fashion for a long time.
Absolutely.
But that's wait. That's a whole other stream though. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole other stream.
Yeah, and so
Agreed.
but anyway, so Alice Rivers, she was I think one of the first people I saw who had a
And
pocket.
can we talk about Alice Rivers raiding Simon Strong's closet?
Well, no, first of all, that's not until next episode.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
was
till
dripping.
save
Yeah.
that for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not until.
Save that
But
for tomorrow.
I don't think she's actually in this episode. Oh no, she is.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
For like 10 seconds.
When is she in it? Because
When
she
Eamon stabs the
and
dude.
when she tells Damon to fuck off, and then
No,
when
yeah.
Eamon gets there,
No. The
Kara's fault they're
not
smoking.
evil high powered
Michigan.
brother.
Eamon, him sacking Harrenhal, that's the episode before though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that
but Chris and Cole and the other high tower,
Gwen.
Gwen.
got to Harrenhal.
That's in episode 4. That's episode 4.
That's 4 too. Yep.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta
we're
wait.
gonna talk about it tomorrow night.
Put a pin in it. Hold it for tomorrow.
all
Becks.
we have left to talk about is we can talk about the knighting if you want. Like we sort of touched on it. The knighting.
Yeah, that'll be that's a good plot point there, Heidi.
Yeah,
Let's
so
make
do you want to
our
talk about
last,
that?
do you want to go first? You go first.
Sure. So, well, I know everyone, there's a lot of Ulf haters out there. I don't personally hate Ulf. I find him kind of like, he's a little bit like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. He's just sort of like entertaining. Like I find him sort of funny, entertaining. I watched this behind the scenes why they were wearing the particular armor. So Ulf apparently would have picked out the clothing that he was wearing. Of course, he went with like Targaryen. But so I thought it was really funny when Rhaenyra called him Ulf the White, which I don't know if that's in the book, but just the fact that he was wearing red.
It is.
Yeah,
But
so
I
he's
question why she calls him that when he
I have no
when
idea.
he don't even
That's
have white hair. Hugh's hair is actually white.
Hugh's hair is white, but she calls him Hugh the Hammer because I guess he talked about using
He's
a
a
hammer.
blacksmith. Yeah.
So I thought that was hilarious. That was some irony. I think that was legitimate irony. Her calling him Ulf the White, and then meanwhile he's wearing red and he has salt and pepper hair. He doesn't even have white hair. So I just thought that was a pretty funny scene, and also I just really enjoyed the fuck out of Damon knighting somebody. I don't know that we've ever seen him knight anybody, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And unlike
like, all right, let's talk about
Damon, and unlike what's her lovely Dunk, who didn't know how to he didn't know the knighting terminology, so Damon obviously knew it really well. So that was really great. So that was my thoughts. And of course she didn't she called out Adam Paul.
the scene
go
to
ahead,
me
KP.
was, I mean, it was kind of, it was unremarkable. I think, except apart from, well, one of the things it showed when Ulf said he wanted to be Ulf Targaryen, and she said, "Hell no." That was funny. You know, I don't know why. I don't know where he gets the audacity.
Yeah.
Because
I
Ulf
don't know
has
where he-
had the
wherever that
audacity of the
audacity store is.
caucasity, like the most epic audacity of caucasity from day one.
Wherever that audacity store is, I need to go over there at my Amex and buy all of it because I need that kind of audacity.
Seriously.
That's insane. But I think it was it. I think in the future, when we look back on it, we will see that we will see it as a lot more important than it looked like, because the way she handled it changes the story for the people that she knights, and the three of them respond quite differently to this, when things change up. So I think the scene was cool in and of itself, but the value of it was that it will show a pivot point where these three people were knighted to do the same job with the same weapon, and three of them, when faced with a situation, go three different ways on it. So I think that's the interesting. That was the part about it that was interesting to me. I enjoyed that part. And Damon doing it so quickly without thinking about it. It was like, yeah, you're that, whatever. I like this goal. I think that was also pretty interesting and classic Damon.
Was this episode where he was like, "Yo, why the fuck are y'all here?"
Yes.
Oh yeah. He tore a strip off of them.
Right.
He tore a strip off of them. I kind of felt.
I'm
Go ahead, Becks.
super interested to see. Again, we're getting to like some book territory, but I'm very interested to see, like, I can't see how they're taking I can see where they're taking Ulf's story and how like where it ends up in Tumbleton. I'm very interested, and again, this is more episode 4 shit. So, but
right. Like, I have that same question you have.
You're interested to see how Hugh the Hammer gets to be where he has to go based on where he is now. Yeah.
And
I can't see it.
I definitely think it's going to be very different in the show than it is in the books, because there is no emotional arc, but we're in episode. It
has to be
future episodes, but as far as Adam, I'm just gonna say loyal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
Loyal.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, all the Valerians, their superpower and their Achilles heel is their loyalty.
Right.
And we'll see their loyalty come back to bite them in the ass several
I
times
listen
in this
to
series.
I listen. I have it on Audible, and I was on the subway and I cried like.
The subway. I'm so
homesick like when he was like,
you cried listening to what?
I cried on the subway when I was listening to them. Alan. This
getting knighted?
Poorly, but like when loyal.
You mean what happened in the book while we were reading?
The book on Audible, and I like cried on the subway.
Right. And because of what is to happen with Alan and Adam and Corlys and whatnot. Correct, right? Okay. I thought you meant you was crying about what happened just
now. No.
Ulf didn't get his castle though.
No. Okay, wait. Remind me what are the parameters we're commenting on right now, please?
We're talking about the knighting of Ulf.
The knighting of all that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hugh.
In the grand scheme of things, like if you look at everything as a whole, I'm going to try not to dabble that much into episode 4. The way that the marker of Hull, Adam of Hull came in dumb, because I think Adam is her best dragon rider right now. Her most in sync with his dragon rider. Why? Because he didn't choose Sea Smoke, and that's what's so dynamic about that. Sea Smoke came and got him. Buddy was minding his own business, just lamenting in his fields.
Stalking him.
Walking on the beach, saying, "Damn it, I wish my dad wasn't trash."
That was real life,
but he is.
If that was real life, that dragon would have an SHR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then here comes Smoke, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You just know there's a dragon chasing you. And if I was in his shoes, I would fucking run too.
I was running too.
Because I don't know if you're looking at me like I'm dinner, or if you want a partnership.
Yeah. Or have sex with you.
I'm not even thinking of partnership. I would never be thinking about partnership. I don't know you. I don't even know.
If I see this it's like in our real world, if I was anywhere and I saw a lion running after me, I'm running.
I'm running.
And that's
going
just
in my
it,
house,
plain and
locking
simple.
my
I'm
door,
trying
calling
to
the
get
police.
away. But that's not what happened. He did try to get away, and Sea Smoke was like, nah, Human, come with me. We about to do some great things.
I will say, that scene, I will say, like, is top 5 House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
regardless
one of my favorite moments. Agreed.
It's
agreed.
Top 5.
So you have this and this is actually like the very first dragon seed that Rhaenyra even came up on. Because she was alerted to this immediately, and she came out to see.
Also,
and she came out to see, like, you have a dragon that is bound to my house and bloodline. Like, I know my baby boo soft boy X is who used to ride that dragon. What the fuck you doing with him? And immediately, again, he played the part correctly and bent the knee, and that's when she was like, oh wait, hold on, okay, so if you out here and could do this, maybe it's some more, and we need numbers, so let's go do this thing. So to get to this dinner scene again, that's why even without Alan's merits, let's leave Alan out of it, you could give that name to Adam. Adam's earned it, and you look at what happened with the triarchy and even everything before. You can look at Adam's character and see that he and it's ironic when you think about it, because Corlys is a High Lord that, unlike most, damn near all of the High Lords, has built his fortune and his status on the strength of just himself. What his back could handle. He was out there doing the fucking work by the sweat of his brow. And when you look at Adam is out here doing the same shit. He is building how strong of a captain he is, how strong of a commander he is with an army, how skilled he is on the ocean by himself, specifically with no references to his father, because unlike his brother, he does have the silver white Valyrian hair. That's why he keeps a bald head, because he does not want that connection at all. He wants all of his accolades to be built on himself. And that is what it is. For you, Rhaenyra, in this scene, to deny those two men, those beautifully smooth dark chocolate brown men, the accolades that they have fucking earned by the sweat on their brow. I fucking love you, Rhaenyra, but I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face if y'all watch Chinese short dramas, if I ever get into an accident and I go into a coma and I'm transmigrated to motherfucking old school Westeros, I'm punching you in the face the very first time I lay eyes on you, because why the fuck you do my cousins like that? Okay, so that's how I feel about that dinner scene.
AK, I also feel the same way about Peyton Manning. If I ever see him, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Yo,
Christian Laettner,
and I know exactly why you're saying that. I'm not a great sports fan, but I know that name and I know them boys. I know why you're saying that.
Well,
no, that's a whole other stream, bro. Nope.
Importantly, Christian Laettner is someone I will punch in the face. Peyton Manning. So, I mean, he's very rich, like, and everything.
There's drama with them.
You
that's
know,
all.
like, it's so, like, I mean, I get, like, we have to, like, create some tension, and, like, there's obviously going to be tension between Rhaenyra and Corlys but
the tension was already there, though.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. There was no reason for you to not only alienate your hand, but there was no reason for you to alienate the best dragon rider you have. there was no reason to alienate the best battlefield commander, especially on the sea, that you have. You did not have to go that route. I understand you're trying to protect the position of your boys that are left, but what they are was already known to Uncle C, and he didn't use that as a weapon at all until you denied him the same courtesy that you gave your sons. And that's the problem with it. And again, I am still Team Black. I am here for Rhaenyra, but no, I will always still call out when you fuck up, and Rhaenyra, you fucked up right here.
You know, by the way, I'm not Team Black. By the way, I am Team Small Folk. I'm sorry.
Right, you are Team Neutral
I'm Team Neutral.
The
I kind of think both sides are terrible. Like, I don't know. Like, I get
what you're not completely wrong there.
In this show, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I did read Fire and Blood, but I kind of had a bit of a hard time with it. I
mean, to be honest, I think in Fire and Blood, like,
it was
even
hard
more
to. Like, it felt like I was reading like an encyclopedia.
Team Black.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So maybe they're trying to level the playing field more here. But I don't really I kind of this. I know you guys think I was crazy for this. There were times when I kind of rooted for Cersei, like a little bit, and I have a little bit of a hard time rooting for Rhaenyra sometimes. I just was like, she kind of came off of like, when she was younger, they really portrayed her as a brat, like kind of a spoiled, sheltered brat,
which is also not her in the books.
Yeah, with the elders.
Oh no, I think it's totally her in the books. Like her, realms to life.
She's a brat. She's spoiled in the books, but she also has a sense of her own majesty and what she should.
She has a sense of honorability that they didn't give her here. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. And I think some of it is I think when it comes to a monarchy, a monarchy, you think it's like a God has given this to you, like it's the 7 or what have you. You've been given this divine right almost to have this. And so I guess I can't think that way because, and also, but also that she's also sometimes using the fact that she's a woman as a crutch. Like, I know there is the patriarchy and she's having to deal with all that bullshit and the lords and all that, but there's nothing to say
about the bullshit here.
Yeah, there's nothing to say though. She couldn't have an all-female small council if she wanted. Like,
look,
she could
if Auntie Nisi would have survived, then Auntie Nisi would have been Han, not Corlys. I fully agree. I think that.
Yeah, no, Auntie Nisi, she would have been hand,
or there'd be a
would
dual
have been master
office.
of ships.
Yes.
Corlys still would have been master of ships. I think she would have been able to bring in her own people, and her people though would have been folks that Auntie Nisi and Uncle C vetted. She would have a solid council that way.
I really think the one thing that's going to be, I think, going to disappoint all of the book readers at the end of the day, and I can't entirely blame the show because there's not enough material, but I don't think we're ever going to get the Hour of the Widows, at the end of at the end of the dance, it's all.
You don't think we're gonna get the Hour of the Wolf?
Wait! Hold on. Wait, you said Hour of the Widows.
All the widows and the Hour of the Wolf. I don't think we're gonna get any of that. Where we're gonna have
the Hour of the Widows is the thing that happens when Roddy the Ruin and his Northmen come down to die, but they don't all die.
Lannister,
so sets up relationships for them to marry into families in King's Landing and whatnot. So they would have to go back.
Widows who are left in charge of very large houses at the end,
because all their husbands have died. All the lords have died.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to get that.
Yeah,
we may not get the Hour of the Widows, but I think we are definitely going to get the Hour of the Wolf. That's too important of a thing.
I don't know. There was a rumor I heard. Well, there was a rumor that History of Westeros.
What's the rumor?
that the show is not going to go very much past.
They're gonna skip
Dragon,
the hour of the
eye,
wolf.
the battle over the eye.
I don't think
So
it's going to be.
are you saying that
Aegon 3.
they're going to end it right
I don't
after
after
the battle over the
I
eye,
think
the
at the
what's eye?
very end, it's going just to be like, oh, and now it's Aegon 3.
If they skip the hour of the wolf, I will not watch whatever season comes up next.
Well, I mean, but that's going to be the end of the show.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, if they include it, and that's the end of it,
There's only 4 seasons
after that.
Well,
yeah,
but
that's fine. But
what?
how do you
I mean,
skip
and
the hour of the
rumor-
wolf?
It's only a rumor. The rumor is like the show's basically going to end when Rhaenyra dies.
So we're not going to see
But there's
any
so
bit
much.
of
You can't wrap up the story
of the
without
reign of
seeing
Aegon.
the rules after that. What the
I'm
fuck?
just repeating a rumor.
Spoiler: everyone dies.
you lose on. Well, actually, no. Everybody
Well,
doesn't
no.
die, right? Because
No.
you have a
In
group
the
of people that don't
context of
die,
if-
and you see how.
In the context of if they actually stop the show after Rhaenyra flees King's Landing, then we don't get the hour of the wolf.
Oh.
We don't get to see who's ruling after. That would make
No.
sense.
We'll
see-
see her. We'll see Aegon retake the throne.
Aegon the second, but the bullet.
But that's
Right,
isn't
okay.
that after the hour of the wolf though?
No.
No.
Aegon 3.
No.
Aegon 2 is this Aegon.
Oh, Aegon.
Yeah, so this Aegon gets back on the
If
throne.
they show us Aegon the Third, we actually have to see how he
No,
gets there.
I'm just
don't
saying,
we?
like, I don't think they're showing us Aegon 3.
So you think it's
how
going
do
to end
you end the
That's the rumor.
story
at some point
with-
during the
the
2-year reign of
The
Aegon the
rumor
second?
was the show is going to end pretty soon after Rhaenyra dies.
How do you show the end of the story without Aegon the Third being where he should be?
I mean, you can
You
like
can't.
do it in an episode.
You can't.
You can like do
You
it
can't.
like
You cannot.
Okay. Well,
cannot-
you know what? Look, okay,
could
wait.
see you
No,
ending
no more explanations. I feel like we have to wrap the show on. We have to wrap the episode on that because that's one. Not only is that a problem, but that
Matt said
is
it could
going
be-
into spoilers that we may or may not see.
Unless Matt says it could be an epilogue, which that sounds like that would be.
Well, I mean, if it's an epilogue and it's in the series finale, that's fine. But if the show is ending after Rhaenyra is deposed, then that's a problem.
well, also,
It has to show
I
who's
feel
comes.
like
It has to show
if-
Aegon the
if-
Third. It has
if
to.
Cregan Stark comes in this season, we'll get the Hour of the Wolf next season.
Not necessarily, because
If they're gonna-
what would he be coming
I
to
guess
do?
He
this
would
season?
become. He would be. Well, that would mean that they would fast forward the story, and he would have to come through and do all the.
I
work.
mean,
And
if
he's
they're
coming-
gonna give Cregan a proper, I mean, they gave Roddy the Rowan,
representation.
like, I think like Cregan Stark's gonna come like at the end of the season,
Why?
because he is such a huge. I mean, he was already presented, and Cregan
Mhm.
Stark is such a
Right.
huge component of the story.
No,
Okay.
no,
Even
he,
though, like,
he
when
is.
the
component
question should be
after-
how, if he does come, what is he coming to? Like, if he does come at the end of the season, what is he coming to do? Is he coming to lead the Winter Wolves, or is he coming
He's
to do
coming
something
to,
else?
like,
Because he
fucking,
doesn't
like-
lead the Winter
like,
Wolves.
Like all this shit is going on. Like he's coming to clean shit up. I mean, they've already established
the only
that
world.
Cregan is going to be a character. They've already.
Yeah, they have. That,
Wait,
I mean,
wait,
that's
I'm
what
confused.
that's what I'm saying. Like they can't cut.
I know.
Hour of
I'm
the
I'm
Wolf.
just.
Oh, they definitely can do it, right? They shouldn't, but they definitely can.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm confused about a little bit is if Krigenstar is coming down this season, you
I
say,
think into the
The end of this season.
at the end of the season, what is he coming to do? So is it so? Are we saying that all of the battling and warring and whatnot ends by the end of the season? All the battles and all the wars are done, and the person who's supposed to sit on the throne for the next couple
I guess,
20 years, whatever, will be in place.
The question is, well, all right, you're right. Sorry. Without I'm like kind of backtracking because I don't want to give like too much away. You're right. Cregan's gonna be like early next season.
Yeah, like because there's also another big character that
I could see early to mid next season.
Like he hasn't come in yet.
You're giving my future husband Tommy Flanagan, aka Ryan Ruin.
There's time. Yeah, he's got to have time to come in and fuck some shit up for a real one.
Yeah,
before he goes away.
Oh God. They're gonna get
and there's also another big character that I've seen
like spill into the next season because I know.
There's another big character that I think will be introduced this season that we haven't touched on yet, and I won't say who that character is because I don't know what episode it will be if they do bring him in.
Can you give us a hint? Can you give us a hint as to?
Again.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a big one.
Again, I am just going to put it out there once again. We're manifesting Tommy Flanagan coming onto the podcast with us or to the live.
Okay, look, manifest. Yo, somebody send the fan Raven.
Send that text. Yeah, somebody send that text.
You guys, before we go too much further into this, I was going to say maybe we should wrap this up. We can talk about some of this tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
But what I wanted to do, because before we end it, I wanted to just talk about like Rhaenyra burning all of the green artifacts at the end there, and then as she's doing that, we get the dragon rider coming in and being like,
she's burning all of the. I mean, not. I wouldn't say the artifacts, but all of the sigils,
the banners, and all that.
The banners and whatnot.
Yeah,
and that I fully agree with. And why I'm saying I side eye that the dragon wrangler or whatever they're called. Why would he said he came from Templeton?
How did you escape?
How did you escape? But also, why the fuck were you in Templeton?
He was there escorting the dragon to Sarian, apparently.
Okay, but Sarian wasn't there yet.
And we
have never seen any of those people away from Dragonstone or from King's Landing at the dragon pit they had there. There were no dragons at Templeton before this.
No, however, they may have sent one to the High Tower's place to take care of Darren's dragon, and that person could have accompanied Darren's dragon to go to point A. But the problem I have even with that is the attackers are Darren's side, so he would not be in danger because he's not an attack. He's part of the attacking force. So why would he run away if that is the case? Does that make sense?
There was always like a little bit like when Damon was there and it's like, and then I'm taking fake Daron. Why did Damon let the dragon stay there?
That's what we were talking about earlier.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
That's what we talked about earlier. That was my first gripe.
Well, a dragon.
That was my number one thought on the episode. Damon, and why would Damon leave the dragon and only take Daron?
Like dragon keepers who had some relationship with the dragon. Like you can see the dragon keeper.
Okay, wait, hold on, real quick. 1105. Says, wasn't the Dragon Keeper faction leave Rhaenyra because of season 2, episode 7 dragon? What do you mean by that? Because
when she burnt up the
They
dragon
were
seed,
done
okay,
with
they were
it.
like, when she was
Yeah.
burning the dragon
they
seed,
have to
they
do
were
with
against it.
Templeton.
Exactly. Even though it's what they're saying is true, it has.
Right,
Well, I
yeah.
think what
Why would they
I
have
think what
gone
they're-
to
what-
Templeton of
I
all
can now
places?
understand like why those.
No, they could have gone to Templeton to help Daron.
But that was way
if he
before
has a
Daron
place
went
in-
there, though.
Like,
But why would the Dragon Keeper come back to
No,
Rhaenyra
no.
and tell her?
it's not what the dragon. It's Damon. What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah,
leaving
we
that
asked
dragon?
that was the first question I
Leave
posed
that
in the beginning.
fucking dragon.
But
Why
was
would
he-
you leave the dragon?
what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do otherwise?
He was supposed to take the dragon with
order
him.
the-
If you're bringing
the
Daron,
dragon-
and you know Daron is a dragon
A
rider,
dragon is
Well,
not a key
if he would no. Listen, wait,
How,
KP,
how is he going to take the
KP,
dragon?
no.
He
Listen,
tells
listen,
Daron
I'm
to
not
draw
saying
it.
I'm not saying that Damon would just be able to take the dragon. What we're saying is if he gets Daron, tell Daron to make Tessarion come with you.
Yeah.
There's no reason that Damon would just take Daron and leave the dragon.
And make
Think about the Damon that we know from the books. Damon would never make that mistake.
Yeah.
And what?
No.
Because if you look at that scene, he had all dragon riders with him. Damon was going to get back on Caraxes, and all three of them were going to fly away on their dragons. Why would you not have Daron get on Caraxes and fly away with them?
This is a bullshit.
Because he could then just fly away and go somewhere
wouldn't-
else.
he wouldn't.
If he's on his dragon, you can't make him
There's three
follow you.
dragons with him.
You can make Daron give him the command to follow you, and if that was
And then when he gets in the air, he goes
Yes,
the
three
other
dragons.
direction.
All
Like,
right, so this is all. This
I think this
so-
is why they didn't do it. I think this is why they didn't
No.
do it, because they couldn't figure out
that doesn't make any sense. No,
gotta
that
make it
doesn't
happen
make any
again.
sense because even if
Let Bex
Tessarion
talk.
throw, even
Bex
if
talk for a minute.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead, Bex.
The whole
Sorry, Bex.
thing was like, so we can have like the whole the blonde
Fake Daron?
Faye Daron.
Yeah, fake
Like,
Daron.
It's all like to give us like a red herring, like, and it's dumb. It's dumb. Like at this point in the story, it's like we don't need all that. They're
You mean it's dumb that he let the dragon
no.
stay?
It's dumb that we try to like do like a fake out with like a fake Daron. Because
It worked, though, for the plot.
I don't.
like it all
Well-
ultimately leads to like the fake Daron.
That's all I'm saying. I don't
Right.
think that it was dumb for Ormond to do that. I think that was actually smart.
like,
But
you-
where Damon,
but also at this
I think it was dumb for Damon to think that, like, it was dumb for him to see that the dragon is not coming and not question it.
that's what I'm saying. With Daron coming,
Because the dragon would have
No,
come, the dragon he would take to the air and he would just
The
fly
whole
over you
scene-
wherever you are. And
the
wherever you keep
whole
them,
scene
he'll be
was
there too.
stupid. Because like it
no, we're
never
not
happened.
disputing that.
It
No,
never
I'm not. That's not what I'm
Like,
disputing.
like just to have it was just to introduce like a bullshit storyline that never happened in the books, and it's like, oh no, the real Daron is the squire we saw before, and it's like we didn't have to do all that. Like,
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Like,
I'm not disputing that. It is dumb to set that in place.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
what I'm saying
Damon-
is, if Damon would have said
yeah,
no, because they showed
Yes.
Damon asking for
Thank you,
Daron
Maker.
specifically, and if that would have happened, the Damon that we know, the battlefield commander Damon would
The
have
Rogue
said,
Prince.
right, the Rogue Prince would have said, no, that dragon got to come too.
yeah.
He's not gonna just look at a
never
random
would've let
hostage and dismiss a dragon.
And he wouldn't even have to do that because as soon as the dragon sees Daron is going,
The dragon would have
is going
went
to
with
follow
him.
Daron.
The memes of
And at a distance, so if you're taking the
Hi,
King's Landing,
Tony.
the dragon's going to stay, you know, right
Hey,
outside
Tony.
the suburban area of King's Landing and circle King's Landing a bunch of times and then stay over
We have to
there.
get Tony on
Like,
a stream.
you know, the dragon would not have just stayed
Aw,
there.
so
So
sweet.
it could be one of two things. It could be that they did it on, so it could be that
Hi,
it was
Tony.
the dragon staying there was a purposeful way of letting letting the persons who know that this is not the real Daron. That could be one of the reasons. I kind of prefer that reading of it. Otherwise, the fact that he allows the dragon to stay there, he may. My other thing on that is Demon may realize, or Demon knows that he cannot force that dragon to do a goddamn thing, and so he would expect the dragon to either to follow them in some form or fashion while
Yeah,
they
he
get
would have
there and would
expected
stay
it.
around. But the fact that it stayed should have been a sign to
Exactly.
Damon that
That's what I'm
that's not the
saying.
real
I
Daron.
definitely,
Yeah. So
I
in that part,
definitely appreciate all the memes of to sit around like being like, "Whose my baby is?" Oh, I'm not saying shit. Like, oh no.
And we'll get to it next
But that
episode
is-
because there are a few times Cesarion was looking at Daron like, are you sure this is the order you want to follow, bro?
Oh God.
Mhm. Especially like he hits Ormond a little stare.
Right,
Like,
that's what
like,
I'm
listen,
saying. Yeah. So, but yeah, we will
can get it.
though. Again, it is a school night, so yes, we are wrapping up.
Yeah, but we could do a rating, and maybe
Yes,
we
yes,
want
let's
to
do a rating. What are we rating?
And an MVP out of what?
Yes,
items?
that's right,
10?
an MVP. Who was my MVP for this episode? I don't know.
I mean, I will say Rhaenyra was my MVP for this episode. Rhaenyra and Corliss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think Uncle C was my MVP for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, by the way, for me personally, just this episode, it's one of those episodes, like I was like, I should go rewatch it, but I kind of had a, there's certain episodes, it's like, it does a really great job. There's wonderful development and everything, but at the same time, you're like, I don't want to use the word cringe because I know that's a young person's thing, but it was, and I know that they did this on purpose, like Claire directed it. It was really uncomfortable. And there were many times I'm just like, I'm not really enjoying this. Like, this is not a good feeling and not a good
like
experience.
why would you do that?
Yeah. So
yeah.
You're doing a lot of things that are
so it made me like, and I know that because we were kind of in Rhaenyra's shoes, like walking in her shoes and seeing everything from her kind of perspective and all the terrible things. So it wasn't as enjoyable for me as say episode 2, I think episode 3, this is episode 3, right? Episode 2 I really love much more.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll talk about that tomorrow.
I felt the same way, and then we got episode 4, and I was like, oh man.
I agree with you. I agree with you being a package, and so maybe tomorrow we can kind of talk about that. So but KP, do you have an MVP that you wanted to share?
My MVP for episode 3 this might be a hot take, but I would take Helena. I like the way Helena
I'm gonna do it.
I like the way Helena kind of grows into herself, and you can kind of see her becoming you can see her becoming a bit more forceful, showing her agency, acting with her own agency. You can see it start, and like how it ends up for her, I don't know. But like I would imagine that she will no longer be the simple, easy pushover going forward. So I would think she's kind of if there's anybody, it would probably be her, either her or Alice Rivers with what she did. But like I think more likely her. And the next thing was the rating for the episode. I would rate, so I've give 2 different types of ratings. I will rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for just TV in general. It's a 9.5. For a Game of Thrones / House of Dragon situation, and for what I know from the books it needed to accomplish, I would probably give it closer to a 7.5 or 8 because of the little motivational, the motives behind a lot of the things that were eventually done. And one thing I wanted to say, AK, you talk Paramore Hightower, the third son of the Hightower, of the Lord of the Hightower, voice of the Hightower. He's the person that started the Citadel. It wasn't a Targaryen. I knew it wasn't a Targaryen.
Wait, so who was it again?
Remember, we were saying that the Citadel of the Ministers was started by was started by a Targaryen, but I was like, I don't think it is. So I checked it. It's actually Paramore. Paramore, who's a fourth son of the Lord of Hightower.
Okay.
He and he was like and he was like physically like
he had some disability. Yeah. Okay, right. I misremembered that.
So you don't take about the right person, but it was not a Targaryen. It was
thank you for that.
And so yeah, I think that point is also interesting because the Hightowers do have a bit of an inferiority complex /superiority complex, depending on how you want to look at it, with the Targaryens, and they see that the Targaryens are fighting, and they want the Targaryens to make themselves as weak as possible. So anything they can do to make that happen is what they want to do, because they want to ultimately have the title of being the king of all kings and the king of Westeros. Even if they have to do it through a bastard son of a Targaryen, the next one will be his children. His children will be Hightowers. You know what I mean? Because we might breed him. So I thought that was so that's why I would give it a 7.5 to 8 for a Game of Thrones / premium HBO episode, and I'll give it 9 to 9.5 for just TV in general.
Hey, Nicker, the broken arms are next episode.
Yes, next episode.
So, but come back tomorrow because we're going to talk about episode 4 tomorrow. What about you, Becks? Did Becks do? Oh, she didn't do a review, did she? Did you do a review, Becks?
Go ahead, Becks.
Die Jobs is good.
Oh God, I'm a little muddy between the last 2 episodes, but
okay.
I mean, I'll give this definitely will give this episode now an 8.5, but I think it's going to rank higher like once we see the entire series.
The finished product.
In the context.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Rat dinners or dinders.
A lot of seeds were planted.
Absolutely.
Claire is like she's my girl. Like she's my favorite director of the
series. She did 2, 3, and 4, I believe.
Yeah. Although I do feel like I kind of wish they gave her like I love the fact that they gave her like,
Tony.
consecutive stories, but I wish they, gave her a finish, a big finish.
Tony.
I don't know, but I mean,
Tony, it's actually appropriate that we have smoke today because it's like where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's like we're doing. No, but I am safe. I stayed in the house all day, and I think we're having another smoky day tomorrow. But and then Friday it's supposed to clear. But that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yes. Please stay indoor.
Yeah, it's apparently Toronto is the most polluted city in the world today.
Oh my
God. Even more than India, some cities in India. I was like shocked, but it was weird when you open the door, you get this like really strong smell, and it was weird because I was watching this show called Audacity last night, and where there was like. I think I was telling this to AK. There was, they were talking about the California forest fires in the episode, and the sky was yellow, like there was a filter on it for like this yellow look. Yeah, and then I woke up this morning, the hazy fog, and I woke up this morning and I'm like, why is it yellow outside? And then I opened up the door, and sure enough, that's what it was.
I lived in LA during a couple of like big fires. And I worked in Santa Monica like during like big Malibu fires. And it is kind of like, it feels like you're like driving in a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
But then a couple years ago, like it was the Canadian fires that came, and like there was just like one day it was like a thunderstorm, but it was just like yellow smoke.
Yeah, and the governor.
One of the
governors was complained that Canada they wanted us to take our smoke back, and my husband was like, "Okay, we'll take our smoke back if you take your guns back." That's my husband. Oh yeah, the guy.
Random thought that y'all just reminded me of. Random thought y'all just reminded me of. I remember in 5th grade, I think it was like my reading teacher. She told us that like she used to live in LA for a while, and she moved specifically because she was on a flight one time going out of the city, and she could see like the layer of smog that was in between, like once you get to a certain level in the city and then above to get to like 30,000 feet above the clouds. And she was like very shortly after that flight, when she went back home, she moved because she didn't want to be around that pollution.
I never thought those things actually existed.
I
went to LA.
I didn't either.
Like Beijing.
I learned that though as a true fact of life
in the Caribbean,
like in 5th grade.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that because Caribbean,
that's not a thing.
It is a lot healthier down there.
Sorry, I didn't need to take over the conversation. So, we'll finish what you were saying, Becks.
Oh,
you rating and everything.
Becks, where were you?
She rated, I think, did you?
Yes, you rated 8.5 out of 10.
Like,
Heidi, did you give your rating already?
Like 5, but
yeah,
I want to. I'm gonna revisit
pending the future developments.
All the episodes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it once we get to the finale.
Yeah, I think we'll give it. I think I give it maybe like 8.25. I liked 2 better. Like I think 9 was what I gave 2, but I kind of agree with Becks. I think these 2 episodes together are kind of like a unit, and then it'll see interesting where they go with 5. So yeah, but it'll be fun to talk about it tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think for
and my MVP is Corlys. It's Corlys. Sorry. Yeah, I agree with Corlys is for sure.
Before we go, by the way, like anybody I just wrote my first novel.
Oh.
So anybody that wants
that on the socials, bro.
I'm gonna send you a copy. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you a copy, AK, and you can probably disseminate it to people. It's on Amazon for $2.99, but I'll give everybody a free because I just want to see what people think about it.
That I got you. For myself, I think I will also agree that I will have Uncle C as my MVP, and mostly again, that's why I said it was kind of ironic. Uncle Black and Miles sitting over there in the 7 hells, like, I told you about that bastard shit already. So I think he had a little moment of retribution in the afterlife, and Uncle C I think was rightfully upset with his wife's in that, and
100%. And we never actually see him upset, right?
That's very true. This is the first time we've really seen him pop off on something. But I will say again, as
I lost my wife, I lost my big house, I lost my money
again, but as a reminder, though, he could have did this shit 20 years ago. Okay, so
correct.
While I do stand where his position is now, I still will make it known and have everyone remember he could have did it long before now.
And if not 20 years ago, he could have definitely done it. But by the time his wife told him,
like,
you should probably
get these boys together. What the fuck you got them out here on the streets for?
I know they're your kids. Like, it's all good. Like, just bring them in.
Exactly.
And then after Lucerys died,
and they would have already been there.
Even more so,
they would have already been there, and it wouldn't have been a thing. So again, still though, like I said, while I give shine to characters, I will also not shy away from holding them to task. So yes, Uncle C, I got beef with you, but you are still my MVP for this episode, and I will give this an 8 out of 10. I don't really have a grading scale for it, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I enjoyed the
saying
episode.
Die jobs.
Yeah.
10 out of
I am happy with where we are. I am looking forward to tomorrow where we break down and talk about our high points of episode 4. And I hope you guys are going to join us for it. Thank you for being here, everyone in the chat, and also all of our shadow watchers.
Just one thing I want to ask.
What's that?
Just what that when we look the scene. How did that jump out my mind?
Don't you hate when that happens?
Never mind. But I had it in my mind right here. And
yeah, know what? I always attribute moments like that to the Doctor Who universe with the entities known as the Silent, because when it said that mankind actually mimics them.
Helena.
And whenever we see one of them, we automatically forget what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, Helena. When Rhaenyra says something about like I had to kill your dad, whatever. And Helena said,
Did it make you feel better? Right. And she was not malicious in that at all. She genuinely just wanted to know, yo, sis, are you okay now? Are you good? Yeah.
Yeah. Because and the way I looked at it is like I'm trying to get over my dead son. Is that what it did it do that for you? Should I do that then?
There was not one form
but also it was some cosmology.
There was not one form of animosity in Helena's question at all. She genuinely wanted to know.
Though. I think there was shade.
Do you think so? I don't think there was at all.
Correct. Yeah. I think that is part of why I believe Helena is showing agency, because it's like she genuinely does want to know, but she's also pointing out you didn't have to do that shit. And even by doing that shit, like if it probably didn't make you feel better about your son being dead, so maybe don't do it again in the future. It's like and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but to me, Helena has always given us little bits of game, of knowledge every time she kind of says something, and it's up to the people who she's speaking to and the audience at large as well to kind of pull something out of it. So yes, that's part of why I
agree with you.
My MVP.
I agree with you partly on that, but I don't think there was any type of malicious intent in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't think it was malicious,
or even throwing shade. I don't think she was throwing shade at all.
When I say shade, I mean she was asking in the way to say, no, it probably didn't make you feel better, so you should probably not do it anymore. And if it does make you feel better, let me know, because I'll then start doing some of the stuff that you're doing. So maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think there's that kind of shade in that. Oh, you got what you want. Do you feel better now?
Nah. Yeah, what Dominica's saying here, she's not a judgmental person like that. Nah.
Correct. She is not judgmental. But I do believe that she knew. Let me put it like this. I believe she understood what she was asking, and she understood that even though I do believe she was sincere, she understood that it was a question that would probably hit.
Yeah.
We'll agree.
I hear what you're saying. Like she's not mean, she's not malicious, but she also her questions are pointed.
She's human.
They're not cutting, but they're pointed.
KP.
And the same thing she said to Eamon.
I just was going to mention that I noticed you have a silo staircase in your house. You have like a spiral.
Yeah, you do.
Like I don't know if anyone's watching Silo. You could pretend that you're going to the upper levels.
Yeah. And also, if y'all never watch Silo, then I would recommend you go watch Silo. It's a great show.
It's one of my favorite shows.
It's a great show.
Shaping up. This season is shaping up great too.
I love it.
And then go watch Pete Pepper's
Pete's amazing. We have to get Pete back. We should try and get Pete back to talk to have him as a guest or something. So anyway, we should probably wrap up because
we're gonna wrap for the night. That has been the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us.
Yay!
Come back
Thanks for
tomorrow
having me.
when we
KP,
talk
it was
about
wonderful
episode
having
4.
you. And Bex, I'm glad you were able to join.
It was fantastic
It was
being
really
here.
great.
I had a good
Yeah,
time.
Yes,
it's great
yes.
meeting you.
Yeah,
Word.
KP,
Shout
if
out
you
to
want to come back
everybody that
tomorrow,
was
you're
in the
welcome to
chat.
come.
Anytime you need somebody, just text me. Anytime you need somebody, you can just text me. I'll come over. So long as
sure.
I'm in the house, I'll come
For
over.
sure. Robin,
All right,
I
guys.
missed you
Have a
when you
good
came
evening.
in. That's
Oh,
me,
you
her.
you super chat?
Word. All right.
We'll talk
so
about
yeah,
Rhaenyra tomorrow. We'll talk about Rhaenyra tomorrow. We didn't get to her
we'll
tonight.
get into all
Yeah.
those tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Again, thanks
So
for
we're
being
gonna-
here, folks.
So we're going to be here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. EST. And Bex, I think you're coming.
As long as there's no
I'll be
technical
here.
difficulties.
As long, oh my God, yeah, sorry. And that was my fault tonight. And that's why we're running so late. So this is actually my fault. But anyway, I'll make sure that we don't have any technical difficulties tomorrow.
All right.
Okay,
So
everybody.
yeah, come hang with us tomorrow.
Thanks,
have
Jenny.
a good day at work tomorrow, whatever it is you're doing. Hug your family, tell them you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. We'll catch you later.
I love that. Bye, everybody.
Have a good